The following is a special presentation of BroadcastSport.net. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Live from Bremen, Indiana, from the bleachers is Paul Neal, Bob Berger, and Mason Neal on the camera tonight for a sectional championship between the Bremen Lions and the Cass Kings. Well, Bob, here we are. It's a beautiful, crisp fall night. We're first weekend of November, and it's time for sectional championship football.
Well, I tell you, it's really exciting being here at Bremen. You see the enthusiasm that the Bremen fans have, and I don't know about you, but this is the first time I've ever done any type of game from the bleachers. So
it's a first.
It feels like Wrigley Field.
Yeah, absolutely. We're in the bleachers. We're with the fans. It's going to be a good night. I'm excited to be able to do this. Excited to be here. Like you said, with all the support, it was exciting to come out here. We got here at a little after 5:30, and the bleachers were already filled up with blankets. People claiming their seats well over 2 hours before kickoff.
I think that's really great. I drove by as I'm coming in, and they were filling up, and I just think that shows great enthusiasm by the Bremen fans and really supportive of their team.
Well, we're excited to be here. This is my first live look for sure, and I really haven't had an opportunity to see Bremen play this year. But at 11-0, they got a special season that we're on the roll here, and a team, actually, a school that's got a lot of tradition, had a few years, where maybe we're down a little bit, but now they seem to be back this year and last year, and it's exciting to see that for them.
Well, I'll tell you, it's really something. Robert Holmes has really come in here in his second year and has really got things back the way some of us old-timers remember Bremen when they were just, going at it, maybe one or two losses in a season.
Every year, yeah. What they're doing last year and then this year, it was the norm. And it's exciting to see that. It's kind of, I think it's good for, this part of the state to have a 2A team that's good, just like it's good, always, when the high teams that you're used to in college football are good as well.
Well, I think you're absolutely right, and I think 2A, and I think the number of kids that are participating on the Bremen football team is just outstanding from a 2A team, which has a little bit smaller enrollment to draw from.
Absolutely. Well, you're coming in tonight also, their opponent, Lewis and Cass, the Kings. They're 5-6, but any team that wins their first two playoff games and gets into a sectional championship, I think you start throwing that record out a little bit. And I think, you look at what their body of work, and even though their record is not even 500, they're here for a reason.
Well, you mentioned before we went on the air, they beat Rochester. Rochester's pretty traditionally a pretty good football program. Beat them last week to get here to the championship game. And with the coach that's been there for a long time, Coach Mannering has been there, 26 years?
26 years.
26 years. So he's doing things right, and that means that the teams are going to be doing things right on the football field.
Absolutely. So, because one of the things I was surprised with, just a 5-6 record, that they still ranked 20th in 2A in that Sagarin rating. It shows that they've played some quality opponents and played well. So they're no slouch. Bremen's got to do their work tonight to get out of here with this sectional title.
I'll tell you, I go by the Sagarin rating a lot. Some people kind of poo-poo it and all that, but I think that really is meaningful. I think it takes the emotion or your support or the bias that maybe someone might have. It's just straight computer generated, and I'll tell you, you can become pretty accurate, when you're following the Sagarin rating.
Yeah, I think so.
And Lewis Cass is, obviously a pretty good 2A football team.
Absolutely. Bremen on that rating comes in 6th in the state, so at 11-0, I think you can kind of expect that a little bit. So, I think a lot of folks may be looking ahead a little bit to maybe an opportunity next week to match up with two undefeated teams if Wheeler takes care of business and Bremen does tonight as well. But both those teams have to do their work tonight to make that happen.
That's right. Now, I'm sure both coaches, Coach Holmes and Coach Mannering, they aren't thinking at all about the next game down the road. I think playing each two undefeated teams. Although, as we sit here, broadcasting, boy, wouldn't that be a great matchup to do? 12-0 teams. I get thrilled just thinking about it, but I'm not a coach.
See, that's just it. You've got that coaching blood in you, though. You know what it's like to be down there, and you don't want to think about that. But as a broadcaster and as a fan, we get to talk about all that fun stuff. So we'll see how that plays out. So, but we're excited for everyone that's joining us so far here online, that will through the night, and then those that may pick us up later in the week on the archive. We're glad to be able to bring this to you. So we're going to try and keep you up to date on the other scores around the area with our 7:30 kick here. There'll be some games that are already underway, actually. actually. It's a little 20 after 7. I'm not seeing any scores being posted yet, but as those start coming in, we'll keep you up to date on those as well. What we're going to do right now is give an opportunity for our fine sponsors to give you a word, and we'll be right back on BroadcastSport.net.
Aren't you getting tired of waiting on the internet? www should not stand for worldwide wait. 4way.net offers wireless broadband internet service with nearly 50 towers throughout St. Joseph, Southern Elkhart, Marshall, Kosciuszko, and Fulton counties. Now you too can surf the web like your friends for as little as $49 per month. 4way can deliver the internet at speeds of up to 3 megabytes per second and beyond. Contact 4way.net at 574-277-7720 for an up-to-date status for your area. If you are in an area that you feel may benefit from their service, let them know. Visit their website at www.4way.net. Walters Auto Sales in Elkhart is a family-owned and operated dealership that has been in business since 1975. We have provided thousands of customers quality pre-owned vehicles at wholesale prices. We have all makes and models, from compact cars to 12 to 15 passenger vans. Come see why customers as far as Hawaii and Alaska have bought their car from Walters Auto Sales. And make sure to check out Walters' website at walters1975.com for all of their specials and instant online car rentals. Or call them at 970-1360 or 293-1707. To educate the mind without purifying the heart is but to place a sharp sword in the hand of a madman, wrote R.L. Dabney in 1870. At Dreams Work, we not only strive to help young men and women reach their full potential educationally, but morally as well. Our mentor-led character focus, combined with numerous educational and enrichment activities, strives to produce a morally responsible individual who fully uses their gifts, talents, and abilities to make the world a better place. Find out how you can help develop your future leaders by visiting dreamswork.org or calling 296-0825.
All right, Paul Neal, Bob Berger back here from Bremen, Indiana, where it's interesting, Bob. I'm kind of looking during the commercials there where we got people logging in. We got a lot of folks from Bremen naturally tonight joining us online. We've got folks from Mishawaka. Got someone logging in. Got Ashley Naird logging in from Yuma, Arizona. So I bet she's enjoying the weather there a little more than what we are here. But this is not bad for the 4th of November. I shouldn't complain. We got Brooksville, Florida, Peru, Indiana. So we're glad all of you are with us tonight. Someone just logged in from Middlebury. We're glad you're here, and we're excited to bring you high school football as always.
Well, I'll tell you, that's the great thing about BroadcastSport.net. It's a little bit interactive. The people, the fans out there are listening. We can see who is listening out there. Hey, you have a little email, want to email us? There's a little spot there, that you can do that and give us a comment that you have, or maybe a shout-out or something.
Yeah, absolutely. Daryl says he's got it set up. I'm supposed to get those emails to where we're at tonight. Hopefully they'll reach the bleachers. If you send us one in, we'll try and do that and try and answer what we can. But we're excited. We got just about 4 minutes till supposedly kickoff. Neither team back on the field. I think it's going to be right down to the end, and then they're going to have to add a little more time, let them get warmed up, and we haven't even had the national anthem yet. So it's going to maybe be a few more minutes. But when we break down the matchup. Looking here on paper, and Cass is physically looks a little bigger than Bremen, but I think Bremen uses their speed. They use a little more, that technique that they use in that attack. The game you had earlier this year, what did you see?
Well, I think Bremen really, the execution was so good. We saw them against Plymouth the first game of the season, and sometimes you see first game of the season are a little bit sloppy. Well, sure. Bremen the first half was just a little bit slow. They fumbled the ball, but their defense stood tough, and Plymouth wasn't able to score. By the second half, Bremen came back and looked real strong, and they played like the veteran team that they are.
Oh yeah, I'm excited to get a look here tonight as they've handed out some white towels, as you may see here in the cameras from time to time tonight. The Lions are hitting the field, and home fans here are excited for it, and rightly so.
I tell you, there's a heck of a crowd here. We're down about the 30-yard line, and there's a lot of people down close to about the 15 or 20, and the stands have filled in, and it's the kind of support you'd expect from Bremen.
Absolutely.
Well, it looks like Bremen is ready. They're out there in the center, getting a little bit fired up. Captain's probably taking charge of the situation, waiting for the Lewis Cass Kings
Absolutely.
to come in. And
the cheerleaders have gone with the long pants tonight. Probably a good wardrobe choice, I think, on a night like this.
I'll tell you, I don't blame them at all, and I'm glad I'm not on any type of video because I'm pretty well bundled up here. Layers. That's what Daryl Yaw told me is they come in, they get in layers, so I'm in layers.
That's good advice. That's all you can do. Like I said, it's not a real super cold night, but that dampness, there's a dampness in the air. I mean, it's November 4th, so
that's right. And we are fortunate also. There's really no wind. We look at the flag there in front of the scoreboard, and it's just hanging limp. So there's almost no wind at all.
So I don't think the weather's going to have any adverse effect on this ball game tonight. It's not overly cold. It's not windy. There's no rain. So, and which we're really thankful for since we're in the bleachers. But so Cass is coming out of the locker room, and we'll have football soon here. Well, we're going to take another real quick break, and we'll be back with the start of the ball game on BroadcastSport.net.
Service One Professional Group of Elkhart provides complete electrical and mechanical services to industrial, commercial, and institutional clients throughout northern Indiana and southwest Michigan. Since 2005, their team has excelled at maintaining to perform their services with integrity and professionalism. This commitment has made them able to build and maintain solid relationships with their customers. With project scopes ranging from construction to technological advances, Service One Professional Group can complete the job from the design stage to the startup. To learn more about Service One Professional Group, call them at 574-522-5651 or visit their website at serviceonegroup.com. Walters Auto Sales in Elkhart is a family-owned and operated dealership that has been in business since 1975. Over the last 34 years, we have provided thousands of customers quality pre-owned vehicles at wholesale prices. All of our cars are new car dealer trade-ins, lease cars, or local trade-ins. Only the best for our customers, and a free Carfax report is available on any car by request. Call Walters Sales Office at 970-1360 or the Service Department at 293-1707 or visit their website at walters1975.com.
Well, as we're waiting for the Kings to get their place on the field here, one of the things we didn't talk about is some of the other games that are going on around the area tonight. There's some pretty exciting matchups here. Obviously, last week we did Penn and Elkhart Memorial. Penn's traveling down and playing a Carroll team that definitely has improved throughout the season. On paper, I wouldn't say they're yet quite ready to match up with the Kingsmen, but we'll see what happens.
I would have to call Penn the favorite going down to Carroll, but like I say, Carroll has improved a little bit. The Chargers, Carroll, so it could, might be a closer game than we think.
Yep. Well, we're going to pause here and join in with the national anthem tonight, and so we'll have that, and then we'll move along. All right, a beautiful rendition of the national anthem followed by some fireworks, and you don't get that every Friday night here in northern Indiana, so that's a...
Well, there's a gentleman over in his backyard setting off those fires. Really has nothing to do specifically with the high school, which we know by HSA regulations it's illegal. Hey, he's on his own property.
On his property.
His backyard. He just decided that it's time to set off some fireworks.
Just happened to be great timing. So that's good to see. This just makes it that much more fun. We got some scores in here. Washington in the first quarter has jumped on Mishawaka up 14-0. So that was one of the big games, and that really plays well for Washington. Obviously, it never hurts to be up 14-0, but with the Mishawaka offense and the way Bart Curtis runs things, that's difficult to play from behind.
Well, it is. You're right. And Bart ball sometimes is tough to play. They like to get ahead like that.
Absolutely.
And just eat that clock up with their ground game.
So that's one of the other big games in the area. We'll keep an eye on that. Washington taking an early commanding lead there. We'll get some scores. Northwood and Concord, another conference rematch there. Northwood played Concord tough, but I tell you what, in the last 4 weeks, Concord has found their offense.
Boy, the offense has really come alive. They were struggling their first 4 or 5 games, and now it's the Concord teams of old that we've seen, Paul.
Absolutely. Penn got a field goal early, up 3-0 in the first quarter. Snyder, this is a first quarter score between Snyder and Kokomo, and you thought you had to use your pencil a lot last week. It's first quarter, and the score is 21-14.
Wow.
It's a track meet there, and so Snyder's leading Kokomo there. Hamilton Southeastern, Fisher's tied at 7. So that ball game here. But our ball game that we're about to watch here, Bremen's going to kick off and go from right to left. From left to right, as you're watching on your screen here. And the Cass Kings will have the football first tonight.
Well, about ready for that kickoff.
Yep, fans are ready. I think we're all ready for
Miller kicking off.
Nice good kick inside the 5. On the return, out to the 20. Contact taken down at the 22.
Well, I'll tell you, that was just a great coverage there by Dylan Mullen, who got down there quickly and made that stop and really put Lewis Class, about the 22-yard line.
Yep, it looked like for a minute there might be a little room there for Young.
There was a wall.
But Bremen able to break that down, and then the Lions are on defense to start out.
Well, I know coaches usually defer, and if they win that toss, want to be on defense, let their defense set the tone. Although last week's game, defense wasn't a real factor.
No, it was we had the high-scoring game last week.
Yes, we did. I don't think we'll have that type of scoring.
Going to be a handoff, loose ball, and
it recovered.
Looks like Cass was able to get back on top of it. I didn't see many white jerseys down there, but one managed to get that back. A big hit. Wasn't able to see who made that hit, but the ball went flying high in the air. And
well, I'll tell you, that surprised me that Lewis Cass got it back. All I saw was green stripes around
absolutely.
It. Somebody got in there and snuck in there quickly and got it back.
So the big defensive hit starts off there. It'll actually end up being just a short loss, and it'll be 2nd and long for the Kings. Man in motion back this way, going to roll. Quarterback looks to throw, but he'll keep now. And big hit on the sideline, out of bounds.
Well, that time it looked like, the quarterback
there, and
he was looking for a receiver, but decided to keep it and picked up decent yards.
They got about 6 yards almost on so it's going to bring, that'll leave them 3rd and 6. And that first 3rd down is always a big one of the ball game. We're trying to build that momentum, so see if the Lions can get their defense off the field, and the Kings would love to be able to extend their drive.
Yeah, this is just a key situation. I know we've only gone about 50 seconds in the game, but this is where Bremen wants to make that stop. Oh, big
and there's the stuff. And a host of Lions there to make that tackle.
And Burkholder was
leading the charge, and so that's going to bring out the punt team for the Kings. And Marcus Hedrick, the junior, back to kick for the Kings.
Yeah, Hedrick does most of the kicking, extra points, field goals.
He's got the fancy shoes to show it.
Yeah,
just a good snap. A left-footed kick, the line drive knuckler. And Haney says he didn't want anything to do with that, running up on that one. So
they're going to have good field position, so probably just as well leaving it right there.
Absolutely, they won the battle, got off the field in 3 downs, and then with the punt, get great field position, and they're going to start out at the 40-yard line. So it's a good start for the Bremen Lions.
Yeah, I think Coach Holmes has to be very happy with the start in this ball game. Now, if he can get that offense cruising and get down there and get a score early here, he's got to be real happy.
So they'll start out with 2 wide receivers to the right, a 1 running back, and a slot receiver. Swing pass, and Haney with the ball there, and good yardage. Is it enough for a first down? And
is it okay?
They're going to look.
First down.
They're going to move the chains. So one play, one first down. That's a pretty good percentage to start out a ball game.
Hey, that's a good start. You're right.
So, but I think that's once again, it's just a good decision by the coaches there. You want to get that ball in the hands of your playmakers, get it in the swing position there, and let him go to work.
Yeah, Leeper did a nice job. Dropped back quick, got the ball out to Haney, and was able to get that first down quickly.
So 1st and 10 from midfield for the Bremen Lions. Pitch sweep to the left side, and he's got a block, but stretched out nicely by the Kings, and nothing there.
Yeah.
I think that was Miller with the football.
Braxton Miller, you're right.
Leeper with the pitch to Miller, and going to be a loss of a yard.
Well, that was good. That was good defense by Lewis Cass.
Absolutely.
They really strung things out, able to come up and make the hit.
Northwood gets up early on Concord, 7-0 first quarter, so Northwood off to a good start.
Well, I'm sure this, again, a revenge game for Northwood, as you mentioned earlier, Paul.
St. Joe leading in the Holy War II over Marion, 7-0. So 2nd and 11. Play action fake, and out to Haney. Got first down yardage. Mick breaks the tackle. He's got sideline. He will dive, and I think he's going to be out of bounds, just a little short.
You're right. 1 yard away on that. You're
the home fans, I think, wanted the touchdown, but I think actually it was a good call there. I think they got him out of bounds just before, but Haney turned on the afterburners there and made some people miss.
Well, I tell you, he did. And I thought the defense was out there, and he'd get a nice gain, but not a gain like that, and they did a great job. So down to the 2-yard line.
Yeah, 1st and goal from the 2-yard line, and a great start for the Lions, as we talked about. But now they'll go to the wishbone backfield as they're inside the 10-yard line.
That's just a power offensive attack.
Handoff inside, and I'm going to say he was down before he fell into the end zone.
I think that was Eric Nipper on the carry.
Nipper with the football, and
okay, well, that puts him inside the 1-yard line.
So, Leeper comes to the sideline, picks up the play, and so now they're about a half yard from that end zone.
Well, three attempts at it.
Yeah, and when they get that push off there, and I think
got a timeout.
Yep, I think just a little indecision cost them a little bit of time, so they had to take a little time out, and so we will take one quickly too, and be right back on BroadcastSport.net.
Introducing the Droid Bionic by Motorola. So powerful it can access your home computer remotely and pull out your music, movies, images, and documents at the mind-melting speed of Verizon 4G LTE. The Droid Bionic. It's not only the master of droids, it's the master of machines. Control it, and you control everything.
Get the new Droid Bionic by Motorola and never sync with a cord again. Visit any Verizon store, droiddoes.com, or call 1-800-256-4646. Coverage details at verizonwireless.com/4G LTE.
All right, back live, Bremen, Indiana, where the Lions are knocking on the door here and having a really nice start. Good defensive series. Got the punt and a few plays, and they're down here ready to try and stick one in. I had to use a timeout.
Yeah, I think Coach Holmes might not be too happy with using a timeout with 8:35 in the first quarter.
Sure, but at the same time, you're better to make the right play here than to have some miscommunication. So it's a big opportunity to get that early lead. So 8:35 first quarter, Bremen Lions 2nd and goal from inside the 1-yard line. Handoff, and I think that's it. Braxton Miller into the end zone for the Lions, touchdown. Just straight power football there. And
nothing fancy about that, was there?
Yep, and if you don't need it to be fancy, why do it, I guess. So,
well, they got what they wanted. They got that touchdown. Well, Slarb coming in. One of the top kickers in the area.
So, he'll line it up and attempt to make it 7-0.
Yeah, Ben Haney holding. Well, Haney had the big play in this series.
Absolutely. That big run down the sideline, ball down, kick up. It's through, and 7-0 the score. The Bremen Lions with an early first quarter lead. Well, I'm sitting here thinking, I don't think you could draw it up a whole lot better if you're a coach to say you go out on defense, get a 3-and-out, make them punt, or run a few plays and put it in the end zone on about 5 or 6 play drive.
That's about picture perfect. It really is. I'm sure that's exactly the way that Coach Holmes would like to start this ball game, and it came off the way he planned.
Northwood now leading Concord 10-0. That game is now in the second quarter. That was one of the 7 o'clock starts, but
that's a good start for Northwood.
Northwood's out to that early lead there, and I got to wonder if there's been some turnovers there playing. St. Joe up on Marion 14-0. So
kind of surprising.
It is a little bit too. I thought Marion might have had a little edge going into that ball game. They seem to be playing pretty well.
Well, back to kickoff again. Is Braxton Miller will be kicking off.
Yep, Miller with the ball on the tee. Bishop Lures leading the undefeated Churubusco 7-0.
Yeah, Lures is one of those teams that play up all the time.
Hesitation makes a man miss. A flag comes flying in, though. They're going to have an illegal block, so that's not a good break for the Kings there. They're going to be starting inside their 10-yard line by the time this is done.
Jacob Collins on the return.
Yep.
So it's going to, like you said, Paul, it's going to back up a little bit.
Yeah, I think they're going to get probably maybe half the distance on that penalty. So they're going to be starting about the 7 or 6 yard line.
I believe an illegal block in the back, I think. Was
at half the distance, 7 yard line where they're going to start their second possession. And with the Cass Kings, they really need to at least get some rhythm here. And you don't want to give that ball right back to Bremen.
No, they don't. They need to get the first down, move that ball out of there. Bremen gets a stop here, 3-and-out. They're really in great shape.
Handoff, and Bremen there stacked that run up. I think Cass is going to have to put the ball in the air here a little bit, try and spread that out. They're really stacking into the box on them.
That was Collins, the ball carrier that time.
So a good gain, though. 4, almost 5 yards on first down. Didn't look like there was a whole lot there, but he fell forward and ended up with a nice gain before that play was over.
Was it? Now maybe they've gotten settled in because that was a well-executed play.
Coming left and going to try and stretch it around the end, and he hesitated, and that was the end of that.
Drew Shepard was the ball carrier as he was tackled by Darren Miller. So
it looked like he might have had some room to try and turn the corner towards that first down, and then as soon as he pulled up, though, that Lions defense just ate him up.
Oh, they really did. They really pursued the ball, as we say. So it's like almost maybe a gain of 1 on the play, possibly 2.
So that brings up a 3rd and almost 5 for the Cass Kings. And they got that compact formation, man in motion, fakes the handoff, the quarterback keeps and tripped up in the backfield.
That was Slusher.
Yep. I believe, Tyler Johnson, I had his ankles and tripped him down. That's going to force another punt. So 3-and-out again for the Cass Kings.
Well, you're right. That's 3-and-out 2 times, and that's going to also put Bremen in pretty good field position right now. As we see Haney back there, he's about the 45-yard line.
This kick's higher. It's Haney with a fair catch call, and Bremen's going to start from the Kings' 41-yard line. So. But not much going wrong for Bremen here so far. Playing well on defense, good field position, and winning that field position war. That's really right where the Lions would like to keep this.
That's the name of the game in football, and you can control that field position. You get Bremen so far in this game has really done an outstanding job.
Now Penn now up 10-0 on Carroll, and Kokomo scored again, so it's 21-21, Snyder and Kokomo. I'm not even sure that's gone to the second quarter officially yet. Handoff, and big tackle there. Nicely done. Braxton Miller taken down by number 64, Billy Wilson. So that was a nice form tackle.
Well, maybe, I guess they're calling it not quite 1 yard gain. Yeah.
Not much there, and it looks like maybe right at this point the Kings defense is really what's going to have. They're going to have to make a stop to build that momentum for them. Because if they get a stop
Yeah.
here, they have an opportunity to maybe get a little of that field position back.
Yeah, they're going to have to play tough. And hey, good job on the first play by Bremen. Lewis Cass did a good job of stopping them.
What I've noticed already is that if Bremen, especially with Haney, can get someone into space, though, I'm not sure that Cass has anyone that can run with them. So they're going to have to avoid. They're going to have to avoid those open field matchups, and that's something Bremen will definitely be looking for. So fake handoff once again, and Leeper's going to make the throw out to Haney, and he'll make the reception. Looks like he's going to be just short of a first down, but making it a real manageable third down.
Well, Haney did a good job. He did a nice job. He got off on the defensive man, came back to the ball. Leeper put it right there on the numbers. That was a
nicely executed play. And
I tell you, they've thrown the ball now, 3 times, all 3 times to Haney. That's 59 total yards for Haney on 3 of 3 passing.
Hand up Miller with the football, and he's going to get that first down inside the 30-yard line, and they'll move the chains.
Well, like I say, gain 3 for that first down. It appears as though the interior line of Lewis Cass might be their strong suit.
Absolutely.
They've really,
they've been pretty stiff in there.
It's the pass defense.
It's
been beneficial.
It's in the open field there where they really
You're right, Paul.
don't match up near as well.
That's our early observations.
Well, now you got Huppert out here, spread out to the wide side, usually in that tight end position. But we'll see what. Handoff inside, and dandy move, and down inside the 20-yard line, and almost the 15 goes Nepper.
Well, I tell you, kind of. I sit there and brag about the interior defensive line, and the next play they run all over him. So I don't know. I guess I won't talk then.
Well, Nipper, just at 5'7", he's probably pretty hard to find when you're out there on the defensive side of the football, dancing between those linemen.
There are advantages to being a small, quick running back. Because all those big linemen around there, you do lose track of that ball carrier, especially with a good faking quarterback.
Bremen will change up their formation as the clock winds under 5 minutes, first quarter. Quick pitch to Miller. Miller looking around the end. He's got some room. And he'll be taken down out of bounds, but he's going to get at least 8 yards there on that first down carry.
Well, that time he got outside and he was able to use that speed and did a nice job. Gained, looks like some decent yards. Yeah, looks like about 8 yards on the carry.
So that's a great first down play, and now inside the 10-yard line.
Second and short, you got a lot of options.
Absolutely.
Now. You can throw a pass, maybe if you want to, or just get it right away, move it down. You have just a lot of choices. Jimtown
got on the board. They're leading Garrett 7-0. So
good for the Jimmies.
Good for all our local teams. Most of them so far tonight. So up the middle, Miller into the end zone, touchdown Lions. So beautiful run by Miller, but I'll make a notice there because like we talked last week, those interior guys don't always get credit. J.J. Sears with a beautiful pancake block there in the middle of the field, number 71, just took his man straight to the ground, made that hole clear, and Lions now up 13.
Well, that's Miller's second touchdown. Run of 8 yards for that touchdown. Had 1 on the first one. And Slarb in again.
Yep, Slarb will try and make it 14.
Haney holding.
Kick up, and it's good.
Well, I'll tell you, that's quite a start for Bremen.
Absolutely.
Very happy, getting the field position, and then a couple of big plays in there have allowed them to, move right down that field for the second score.
So, like you said, you can't ask for a better start. We're not even 8 minutes into the ball game, and you got a 2-score lead. That's right where you want to be if you're the Bremen Lions.
Well, I tell you, Paul, games that you and I do have lots of scoring.
Yeah, we have not haven't had any boring moments. That's for sure.
That is true. Okay. Well, Braxton Miller going to be kicking off for Bremen. Third time tonight.
Miller put the ball on the tee and get ready to set her up again.
Well, again, Another opportunity here for Lewis Cass, and it's going to take. They're going to need to use some clock and get down into scoring position.
Interesting grab there, but he's got some room, and
Peyton Young.
Yep, he'll get out just past the 20. He fielded that ball up above his head. You don't see that too often.
Not on kickoffs. That sometimes can lead to some turnovers.
Well, Lewis and Cass are by no means out of this ball game yet. But no, they need to get to work here soon before this does get out of reach and out of hand for them.
I guess they need to move this ball, at least win the field position battle here on this possession.
Handoff and stepping over some tacklers, but before he's taken down.
Kyle Hughes was the ball carrier. And Nepper made the tackle. Gain of a couple. Gained about 3.
Yep. So, not a bad start there.
They did the last possession.
But they've got to convert.
Now they've got to continue if they're going to, win the battle at least of the field position.
The fake handoff, and Susserell left. He's going to look to throw. Now he'll keep. Going to run forward, breaks a tackle, and gets out almost to the 30-yard line.
Well, was able to. He aimed about 4 on the play.
He turned it into a positive play, and they still haven't officially thrown a pass. It's twice now they've rolled and just haven't put it in the air yet.
They haven't. It looks like a pass. But but I think the Bremen defense has really covered them well.
They've covered well, but they've got so many in the box. At some point, they're going to have to try and open it up on them a little bit.
I agree. They're going to have to throw that.
But they run this formation with just one receiver, so he's going to roll it. This time he's going to look. This time he does throw, but it's too high.
There's your first pass.
And overthrown. I think that was looking for Collins and just overshot him.
Well, Nepper was right out there with him and able to, at least put a little pressure on the overthrown pass.
So that's going to send Hedrick back into the ball game for his third punt of the quarter.
Yeah, I'll tell you, we're talking another 3 and out, Paul.
Yeah, coaches. When you're talking about your punter too often, coaches don't usually like to hear that.
Yeah, we've seen Hedrick an awful lot tonight so far. Left-footed kicker.
Nice kick, and Haney another fair catch. And Bremen Lions will go to work from the 43-yard line. So once again, it's great field position to start a drive. Well, a lot to like what I've seen so far of this Bremen Lions football team. Hey, like I said, it's my first real look at them, but they're solid on defense. They've got, they're well executed on offense. Obviously, 2 drives, 2 touchdowns, and they know how to play the field position game here, and they're going to go to work and look to really, put Cass in a difficult spot if they go down 3 scores here.
I tell you, it's great to see Bremen return to one of the local powerhouses. They're really enjoyable. It's where they belong.
So 1st and 10, go the Bremen Lions. We hand off to Miller, and met in the hole. The hole was there for a minute, closed up. 3 Cass Kings take him down.
Yeah, they had good pursuit on the ball and the off tackle play, but he was able to gain 2 yards.
So it'll be 2nd and 8, and Cass really, they need to find something to build some positive energy. A turnover would be the most wonderful thing for them, but at least a defensive stop is really what they need.
They need to get toughened up in here overall. And I think Bremen does a good job of calling plays. They're looking at stops, and then all of a sudden they'll break it.
There's that pitch play to Miller again. He's looking around the outside, and he's going to get tripped up. There's a much better job there by Cass containing the end of the line and making it difficult to turn the corner.
Right. He was able to gain, about 2 more yards, but it was good defensive play. I agree with you 100%. I think that, Cass did a great job, good pursuing, read it well, and got out there.
Yeah, Downhour did a nice job of just extending that out there. He didn't actually get the tackle in the end, but he made it possible to keep him from turning the corner. And that brings up 3rd and a long 5, maybe 6 for the Lions, and a big play for Cass.
Well, I'll tell you, they're spread out. They got a lot of receivers here on the right side.
An I formation this time. Play action once again. Good-looking ball. And
Haney again.
See, I don't think any surprise where that football went to. Another reception and another Bremen Lions first down.
Nice gain. Gained, what are we looking at? About 9 and about 14 yards on the play. So they're racking up that passing yardage. 73 total yards now for Bremen. Just here in the first quarter from passing.
Gone to the second quarter up in South Bend, and Washington 23, Mishawaka 7. So
surprising score.
Yeah, I didn't think Mishawaka would allow that much offense this time around. Handoff inside, a flag flies.
Usually an offensive holding of some type. Let's see what they call it.
Tyler Johnson with a few tough yards there, but I think you're right there. I think that's got the look, and there's the official call. It's going to be holding on the Lions, and that'll back them up.
Well, with Tyler Johnson, I think the first time you've called his name tonight.
Yep.
Another running back. Braxton Miller's had a number of carries in there so far. So we'll see who they're calling, who they...
Well, as they march that off, we'll say hello to those joining us from Mishawaka, Bloomington, Indiana, Elkhart, Indiana, and we're glad all of you are with us tonight.
Yeah, it's good to have those fans listening to the game. They're in a nice, warm house somewhere probably and enjoying it. They flip around to all kinds of games on broadcastsport.net.
Absolutely. We got all the scores and pass the outside, just stretched it out a little farther, and Leeper missed Haney. Just I tell you what, was a good play call, and I think if Haney gets that football, he had a lot of open field to work there, and that might have been a big play.
Yeah, I like that call because Haney had been coming to the right offensively, and all of a sudden he's flying around the left side, and had some different coverage on him, but couldn't quite get the ball in there where they want. Leeper just let him a little bit too much. So
2nd and 21 for the Bremen Lions from the 49-yard line. First time tonight in the shotgun formation go the Lions. Leeper will drop back. Great protection all day to throw, and throwing for Haney over the middle, and Haney just a little too high for him.
Well, I'll tell you, what a great job, though, by the offensive line, and you alluded to it. A lot of people doing a great job. Guys like J.J. Sears, Caleb Koffel, Abe Hall, Tyler Koffel, Austin Gall. Those interior linemen doing a heck of a job. Gee whiz, did Leeper have a lot of time there.
Wow, South Bend St. Joe scored again, and now they're leading Marion 21-0. So some kind of surprising.
That really surprised me. And Marion's another team that has trouble playing catch-up ball.
Yeah, absolutely.
They really call that grinding out there a little bit like we referred to with
So
Mishawaka.
3rd and 21, and Cass desperately needs a stop here. This would be huge for Bremen. Play action, and looking for a receiver, and he's going to be close. I think he's a little short out there. That goes reception to Zimmer. That was Zimmer. But I tell you what that does is it gives them the opportunity to maybe go for it here on 4th down.
I'll tell you, was a 20-yard gain. And consequently, I'm sure they're going to be going for it here. I don't think
now it's just to the 32. They got to get right to the 30-yard line, and
well, it's some of the running backs. Braxton Miller's kind of their big power runner in there, and they're bringing some new people in the backfield. Yeah,
it looks like
taking some receivers out is one of the things they're doing, and put in extra running back.
What they're going to do is they're going to let the quarter expire and talk about it and make a decision going into the second quarter. So our first quarter is in the books in our sectional championship game in 2A football, and the Bremen Lions lead the Cass Kings 14-0. We'll be back with second quarter action on broadcastsport.net.
Community Business Equipment of Bremen and Napanee is a local business providing jobs and supporting nonprofit organization in our area. They live, shop, work, and play locally, supporting local business along beside you for the benefit of our community. Community Business Equipment will offer you everyday low prices on office supplies, furniture, equipment, janitorial, and break room supplies, along with specialty items such as rubber stamps, signs, custom forms, and much more. Their factory-trained service department offers service on all kinds of office equipment, from a small desktop calculator to your 80-page per minute copy machine and everything in between. Stop in Bremen or Napanee and visit their website at www.communitybusinessequipment.com.
And they ought to get it for us.
Well, Bob, I'm not sure our technical advisor Daryl Yaw is going to be able to contain himself. His alma mater Northwood has scored again.
Oh,
it is 16 and pending an extra point, 16-0. Northwood leading Concord, and now that's talking about another shocker.
I tell you, you talked about Northwood earlier in the show. You know, it doesn't matter much what their record is when it becomes playoff time. They're tough to deal with.
They play through a tough conference in the NLC, and really, they have a lot of tough games, and it sets them up well no matter what their record is. And they have some great athletes on that football team.
No doubt.
But we'll see if Concord can dig back into that ball game. So we got a big 4th and 2 coming up here as the second quarter starts. Leaper's going to keep the ball and roll right to a wide-open Huppert. Huppert's got room to run, breaks the tackle. He's still breaking tackles inside the 10.
Boy, Huppert did a nice job. Just a good, strong run.
He's got a size advantage on almost everybody on the field, and once he got in the open field, and what a great play call and a great run there, and it's going to be 1st and goal.
26-yard gain for Huppert.
And that could really be a crippler for Cass. You think just a few moments ago they had 3rd and 21.
Right.
3rd and 21 on Bremen, and
probably
now
we may look back on that where you had 3rd and 21, they were able to get that 20-yard gain.
And now Bremen's on 1st and goal.
Yep.
So it's gonna Braxton looking for breaks the tackle inside the 5, dragged out of bounds.
Yeah, not quite there, but
but he made something out of what looked like wasn't going to be anything at all.
I agree. The defense was out there kind of waiting for him. Miller was able to get a read and accelerate and get himself down to the 3-yard line, which is a gain of 3. Because I thought really he had nothing almost going on.
So 2nd and goal from the 3-yard line. Got that wishbone formation in the backfield. Handoff inside and a big hit.
Yeah, big number 64 for Lewis Cass. Did a nice job. Billy Wilson made the stop.
Wilson there. That's a couple times tonight he's made some pretty tough hits on the inside there. So that's
basically no gain on that.
So on 3rd and goal from the 3. A lot of 3s on the board.
Just about. Good poker hand.
Yeah. We'll see if the Lions can turn this into 6, though. And a handoff and around the corner, and 6 points for the Lions. Touchdown, Bremen. I think that was Nipper that got the ball there, and into the end zone he goes.
Yeah, he did. They just kind of mixed it up, and he was, I won't say untouched, but, great blocking up front.
Nice job there, and just good speed to the corner.
His first touchdown of the night on a 3-yard run. Going to bring in Slarb. We've called his name frequently, too.
That's good if you're kicking extra points.
Yes, but we're talking about Marcus Hendrick now. We've talked about him a lot, but that's from punting.
Snap, kick, and we're at 21. So the Bremen Lions now lead Cass 21-0 with 10:36 to play in the first half.
This is going to be tough now for Lewis Cass getting back. I know we got almost 3 full quarters to go, but Bremen has really looked good, and matter of fact, defensively especially, because Lewis Cass only has 20 total yards and no first downs.
Wow, that's tough.
Going to be tough.
You had the ball three times and you haven't got a first down yet.
But I do agree with you, Paul. I think they need to open it up.
They're going to have
some passing. I talked to some people as I was walking in. They said Lewis Cass, pass, was an important part of their attack.
Wow, yeah, we haven't seen that.
No, we have not.
And
you're right.
One thing I've noticed is their formation's very compact as well. They'll put one wide out, everything else, that jams everything in the box, and that makes it difficult to run the football. I think if you got something to spread it out, well, now down 21, you got nothing to lose here. It's all or nothing tonight, and you got to put your cards on the table and see what you can pull out.
That's right. There's no next Friday if you
Absolutely
lose
not. No. So Braxton Miller, and that's one of the last time he had the football here. It's something you don't see too terribly often. We got two left-footed kickers tonight. That's
me being left-handed, and left-footed, I'm partial to those lefties. I love all lefties.
So a line drive kick, Knuckles, and it's going to be picked up by the Kings. Looks like there's a little room. He dances as middle of the field and still on his feet.
Jacob Collins.
Yep, Collins with a nice play there to get them outside the 30-yard line, and boy, that would have been a exciting touchdown return to be the kind of thing that they would have needed.
Dylan Mullen on the tackle. He's wrapped up around the ankle, and then Dylan Mullen came in and kind of finished him off. So
oh my! Northwood scored again. It's 23-0. There has to be turnovers or something terrible going on.
Is Daryl putting correct scores on
I'm
there?
not sure.
Okay,
I think he's at the Jimtown game, though.
Oh, okay. So we can't blame Daryl for a false score.
But so there's the first carry up. Yep, he's going to. Slusher kept the ball, and good gain there on first down.
They've done a good job on first down. It's just sustaining it the rest of the way.
They need to move those chains. Sometimes it's the little things. I think you got to get a first down. Let's our first goal here. Let's get a first down and see where we can go from there.
You're right. I agree with you.
See if we can build on that. You got to do something. Penn now leads by 17-0 over Carroll. And around the corner and room to run. There's that first down of the night. As Shepard with a big carry, 10 yards. Plus.
Shepard looked nice on that. So
that was a nice block around the end there.
And gained about 8 yards, I think. So it moved up. That ball's on the 38. That's 32 yards so far that they've gotten so far.
Yeah. So first and 10 now, almost to midfield. Handoff, lots of room to run. That's good misdirection there. As Shepard with the football again.
Well, maybe it's the misdirection that can, kind of get them going here a little bit.
Well, it was the fake first handoff. Then it looked like play action pass, but then he kind of handed off to the second guy, and that just gives them, like you said, now we got a second and short, another nice first down play.
Yeah.
And let's see if Cass here can get their offense into some rhythm.
Yeah, I'll tell you. I haven't kept track of what they got on each first down, but they do a good job of it. Close.
And, they're going to stop the clock to check.
Collins was the ball carrier.
And they say first down for Cass, so Cass moving the ball now a little bit.
Yep, now they got probably getting into a little bit of a groove. Gained about 3 yards, excuse me.
So first and 10, 40-yard line, handoff. You got a 3-yard gain.
Because Peyton Young,
I believe you're right. Yep, with another carry.
They have had a lot of ball players who carried the ball so far. We're down to about the 37, gain of 3.
Yep.
So
that's a good
now
start.
They're moving. Yeah, they really are starting to move a little better. 37-yard line.
Man in motion, and interior handoff and end it through the secondary and down to almost the 25-yard line. Roll. Was that Collins?
That was Collins.
Collins with the football there. So that's going to move the chains again. Another first down, and Cass's offense has come to life.
Yeah, it is a gain of 11. So they really have looked good in this series. They start with 4, 8, 8, 3, 3, 11.
Yep.
So they're picking up the yardage.
Yeah, don't turn those dials just yet. We're going to see. Cass is determined to try and make this a game yet. Hand off around the outside.
Drew Shepard.
And a late flag comes flying in.
Okay, well, let's see what the call is. And it was late. And sometimes you think defense.
Yeah, that could be almost anything over on that sideline.
Personal foul against Bremen, probably a late hit.
So that's going to be another first down and move it's going to be 15 more yards. They're going to be it may be just half the distance depending on where the foul happened. But
from the point of the foul, they're walking big time.
That'll be half the distance from the 20-yard line, right on the 10. So that'll be first and goal from the 10-yard line.
Well, I'll tell you, boy, now Cass has looked good in this series of plays.
Handoff, grinding, 4 yards, almost maybe 5 before that play ends. So Shepard grinds 5 hard more yards, and second and goal.
He has. He's moved the ball. They've been using Shepard real well now in this situation. Okay,
so they give him 5 yards on that. So that's second and goal from the 5-yard line. Goes Cass. I think it's probably 4 down territory, down 21. A field goal's not what you're looking for here.
Flag on the play.
Yep, I think
that's probably not what Cass wants either.
No, I think you're going to have a false start here, and
that's going to back it up to the 10. And again, I agree with you, Paul. They don't need a field. They don't want a field goal right here.
On the other side of that, I think if you can get some points. You might want to
you want to go away with some points.
Yeah, this has been a very positive drive for them, and they want to sustain that.
And I'm sure Bremen would be totally unhappy if they just gave up a field goal.
Oh, absolutely, especially after especially that interior run has been very well done this drive.
Shepard has looked real good on this.
Handoff inside, and still grinding. Shepard, he's running hard. But I think he's going to get maybe a yard, maybe 2, but not much more than that.
Forward progress.
So that's going to be third and goal.
About 1.
I thought maybe that would be the play where they'd put the ball in the air a little bit because that second and long there. But this is a tough spot here, third and goal from the 9-yard line.
Yeah, it'll be interesting what they call on this.
And here comes the pass. He's going to dump it off. He got a reception, and he'll go down at the 2.
Well, that pass was complete to Jacob Collins.
Yep, Collins did a nice job bringing it in, but couldn't keep his balance to turn the corner and drive in. And so
that's the first completed pass by Lewis Cass Kings tonight.
And it looks like no hesitation here as the offense stays on the field. So we've got a fourth and goal play from the 2.5-yard line.
We can hear the Bremen fans trying to fire
they're
up
coming on their feet here, waving those white towels that were handed out tonight. So we got man in motion. They're going to roll. Slusser's going to look to throw. Throws it up high, and no one there.
Bremen held.
So turnover on downs. So more momentum for the Bremen Lions after all of the positive action that Cass was able to get.
Yeah, I think the pass possibly was intended for Andrew Daggett. The ball really wasn't close to anybody.
The defender did a nice job and kind of routed him out of his route.
I agree with you.
Kind of got it there, and it just wasn't able to connect. And so well done by Bremen, and they're going to get it, in the shadow of their own goal line. But 1st and 10, they'll start.
The worst field position they've had so far in the ball game.
But they'll take it considering they didn't give up any points.
You're absolutely right on that one. Ooh.
A little room to run, and Miller, he'll go down at the 8-yard line. So it'll be a 5-yard gain on first down. Nice start, almost 6 yards. And that's a good start there to get out from the goal line a little bit.
About 33 yards so far for Braxton Miller, their ace running back.
And they've been hard yards for him.
They have. They haven't come real easy for him. And that's why we talked about the interior line of Lewis Cass. They've done a pretty decent job.
Handoff, and then Miller again. And he'll get about 2 more. And bring up third down and 3.
Well, it'll be interesting what the call Coach Holmes calls here.
Yeah.
They've done a nice job with their play action passes.
Yes, they have. And I think you don't have to get too. The worst thing you want to have happen here is you give a punt and then punt it out of here. You don't want to do anything. Give up a turnover here if you're backed up to the end zone.
I think they want it to kind of a little hesitant as we can see.
I think they're going to let it run down and call a timeout.
Okay.
So they're going to milk a little clock there, call that timeout. Bremen's going to talk it over, and we'll let you get a word from our sponsor. We'll be right back on BroadcastSport.net.
Mapletronics Computers is the place to find great computers, great service, and really great people. Stop by their showroom located at 2116 West Wilden Avenue in Goshen and see what's new in home and office computing. Their friendly service team is there to help with all of your computer repairs, whether you need a tune-up or a complete format and reinstall. New computers, high-speed DSL, Verizon Air cards, they've got it all. Mapletronics is your hometown store for computers and more. Give them a call at 534-2830 or visit their website at www.mapletronics.com.
Well, welcome back to Bremen High School, where the Lions enjoy a 21-point lead over the Cass Kings with 4:24 to play in the first half, and a big 3rd and 3 coming up from their own 10-yard line.
Well, again, a timeout was called by Bremen. They're second so far in the half. And like you say, Paul, they want to make sure this is the play. They don't want any miscommunications. This is the way we're going to do it.
Yeah, even if they don't score, they'd love to not give the ball back before halftime. Cass found a little offensive rhythm, and they'd love to not give them another opportunity with the football. So 3rd down, 3 yards to go. Bremen Lions. The leaper goes under center, I formation. Going to be handoff Braxton Miller into the secondary, still on his feet. He's going to continue to drive. They'll take him down at the 28-yard lines, but that'll move the chains for a Bremen Lions first down.
Well, that's his longest run of the night. So he moves right about 17 yards he gained on that one.
We got a halftime score where Bishop Lures leads the undefeated Churubusco football team 21-0.
Yeah, Lures plays that tough Summit conference and playing against 5A, 4 and 5A.
Yeah, absolutely.
Schools. So it really prepares them tournament time.
1st and 10, Bremen from the 28-yard line. Hard snap count. Handoff, Braxton Miller. He gets tripped up. And I think the tackle there was by Peyton Young.
Okay. Miller went down kind of funny on that.
Yeah.
But he seems to be A-okay. Game 4.
So clock's now about 3.5 minutes to play, and Bremen only with one timeout left now. So that may play in here a little bit. But, with a 21-point lead at the very minimum, like I said, if they could grind out most or all the rest of this going into halftime, they'd be very pleased.
Well, I think you're right. I think that may stay on the ground. Up, as they say, stay on the ground.
And he's looking down the sideline and going to be intercepted. What a nice defensive play there on the outside by Justin Downhour. And that's more than one good defensive play tonight, but he played that pass just extremely well, and just not even an opportunity for Pike to get into position at all there.
Well, it was just extremely well played. I was very impressed with that, and again, that's the first turnover of the ball game. So kind of you put it in the air and came up snake eyes on that one.
Almost like a punt, though.
Well,
in a way.
You're right.
But Cass now, 1st and 10, an opportunity. They would love to score before halftime. Big pitch there to the outside, looking to turn the corner. And
now that's Shepard.
Yep.
Who carries the ball a lot. They've really started going to him. They were mixing it up a little bit.
Well, that's another nice chunk, almost 5 yards on 1st down again.
Yeah, I don't mean to belabor the point, but it's amazing what they do on 1st down. Their average on 1st down has to be 3-4 yards. That's
at
not
least.
a bad way. At least is
least.
right to start it.
And he's going to keep grinding, but they're going to stop his forward progress. And
maybe a loss on that one. Yeah,
both sides of the football seems like number 15 is the number to be called.
We're calling number 15 an awful lot tonight on both. Like I say, both teams. The Bremen defense has done real well. They've only given up 74 total yards so far in the first half. You keep them under 100, you got to be happy.
Yeah,
with
absolutely.
The
well, and all of those were on that one drive.
Yes, you're right.
So grind nowhere to go there in the middle. The Bremen Lions defense just stuffed. I think it was Collins, and now Bremen's going to use their last timeout to stop the clock before the punt. And with 2:28 to play, they're going to stop the clock, make Cass punt, and then look for an opportunity to get some more points of their own before the half.
Well, that was just good defense play. Bremen defensive line came up real strong in that particular series. People like Abe Hall, Robbie Hummel, Dylan Mullen, Tyler Johnson, Andrew Burkholder, Mitch, Andrews, really, the whole defensive squad. I'm trying to just recognize some of those interior linemen did just a super job.
Yeah, I'm trying to wait for the scoreboard to refresh here. Okay, well, the scores from around the area. Jimtown leads Garrett 26-0. That's a second quarter score. I have no score yet between Maryville and Crown Point, and that's going to be a dandy ball game.
That started an hour later, I presume.
So Penn still with that 17-0 lead. Kokomo Snyder, that's still the last score we had was at 21-21. We'll see if that's still true, but we're getting ready for a punt on 4th and 7 here from Bremen. A little bit of a high snack, but he handles it, and the flag will come in. Well, now, the interesting thing is, are they going to call a roughing, or are they going to call the running into? And
there you go. That's roughing, I think. I tell you, the Coach Holmes isn't real happy with that. No,
because that'll...
That's going to give him a first down.
And that's because the other one with the other variety would have been a 5 yards, and it wouldn't have mattered. But officials are going to have a little powwow here.
They're going to talk now, so maybe we don't have the final word just yet.
Yeah, we'll see what they decide. It wasn't a hard hit.
No,
by any means.
There was no chance for injury on
that. The problem is that he actually made contact up high. Had he bumped into just his leg, but I think the official's saying he should have been able to get out of the way.
Yeah.
And
let's see what the official here has.
Now that halftime score is Snyder 31, Kokomo 28. So
it is roughing. Running in. All right, the call was running in.
So that'll be decline. Halftime score: South Bend, Washington leading Mishawaka 30-7. So. And when we get to our halftime here, we'll go through the complete scoreboard for everybody.
Okay, so there was the 5-yard penalty, which, like you say, is not automatic first down.
Absolutely, that wasn't a personal foul.
Not enough. That's great point. So Bremen now has a chance to maybe add to the scoreboard, but if nothing else, run that clock.
So 2:21. They're starting from the 22-yard line, and no timeouts. So they're going to have to be efficient to make this happen.
Yeah, they don't need that interception like they had on their last possession.
Fake handoff, and then inside to Johnson, and he'll get about 3 or 4, but that starts the clock.
I think that's the important thing. You want that clock running. Bremen up over now, 200 yards total offense. There's Tyler
Johnson there, but met and a big tackle there by Slesser playing defense.
He bounced off one, but the second one, no way.
So now I'm surprised they're rushing to the line here. I thought they might take a little more time to snap this ball. Cass could call timeout here if they don't convert. High pass out to the outside. We caught, but taken down on the edge was the Nipper.
Well...
And it's going to be 4th and 3, and Cass is going to let the clock run. That's a little surprising there. I thought they might want to stop the clock.
I don't believe they've called any timeouts so far.
No, they haven't. And, having all three, to wait, they're going to let them run almost 35, 40 seconds off of that clock by the time they got the ball marked, and that's
I do agree with you. I'm kind of surprised that Bremen didn't milk that play clock down just a little more.
Well, and then for Cass to not call that timeout, but the kick away, and it's going to be a boundary. They're going to take a nice Bremen roll, and it's going to be about the 20-yard line. And Cass will start there with 42.9, all their timeouts, but man, I think they could have had about 30 more seconds, at least 30 or 40 more seconds here, and
well, they have moved the ball pretty well, I think, lately, and that's a couple extra plays in there.
Well, you can't take them to the locker room with you. I'm not sure.
That's right. You can't put them in the billfold.
No,
billfold
you don't get 6 in the second half. So I'm not. Man, you got to use them when you got them.
Yeah.
So we'll see if that bites them here at all. 42.9 seconds. The Kings with the football. Slesser gonna hand off and
right up the middle.
I'm not sure if they'll have to run another play if they choose, but man, I think you would want to here just to have an opportunity.
I agree. No gain on the play. Yeah, I'm kind of find it interesting that Lewis is just letting this half run out.
Now they're going to come to the line, try and get at least one more playoff, but
yeah, with the 3 timeouts left surprises me. Yeah, around the end.
Around the end and piled up, but the clock's running, and
that'll probably be the habit.
And Cass is going to be content to take that to the locker room. So our halftime score, Bremen Lions leading Cass tonight, 21-0. And we're going to take a short break, get things organized, and we'll come back with all the scores and set up second half action on BroadcastSport.net.
Aren't you getting tired of waiting on the internet? www should not stand for worldwide wait. 4way.net offers wireless broadband internet service with nearly 50 towers throughout St. Joseph, Southern Elkhart, Marshall, Kosciuszko, and Fulton counties. Now you too can surf the web like your friends for as little as $49 per month. 4way can deliver the internet at speeds of up to 3 megabytes per second and beyond. Contact 4way.net at 574-277-7720 for an up-to-date status for your area. If you are in an area that you feel may benefit from this service, let them know. Visit their website at www.4way.net. Walters Auto Sales in Elkhart is a family-owned and operated dealership that has been in business since 1975. We have provided thousands of customers quality pre-owned vehicles at wholesale prices. We have all makes and models, from compact cars to 12 to 15 passenger vans. Come see why customers as far as Hawaii and Alaska have bought their car from Walters Auto Sales. And make sure to check out Walters' website at walters1975.com for all of their specials and instant online car rentals. Or call them at 970-1360 or 293-1707. To educate the mind without purifying the heart is but to place a sharp sword in the hand of a madman, wrote R.L. Dabney in 1870. At Dreams Work, we not only strive to help young men and women reach their full potential educationally, but morally as well. Our mentor-led character focus, combined with numerous educational and enrichment activities, strives to produce a morally responsible individual who fully uses their gifts, talents, and abilities to make the world a better place. Find out how you can help develop your future leaders by visiting dreamswork.org or calling 296-0825. Service One Professional Group of Elkhart provides complete electrical and mechanical services to industrial, commercial, and institutional clients throughout northern Indiana and southwest Michigan. Since 2005, their team has excelled at maintaining to perform their services with integrity and professionalism. This commitment has made them able to build and maintain solid relationships with their customers. With project scopes ranging from construction to technological advances, Service One Professional Group can complete the job from the design stage to the startup. To learn more about Service One Professional Group, call them at 574-522-5651 or visit their website at serviceonegroup.com. Walters Auto Sales in Elkhart is a family-owned and operated dealership that has been in business since 1975. Over the last 34 years, we have provided thousands of customers quality pre-owned vehicles at wholesale prices. All of our cars are new car dealer trade-ins, lease cars, or local trade-ins. Only the best for our customers, and a free Carfax report is available on any car by request. Call Walters Sales Office at 970-1360 or the Service Department at 293-1707 or visit their website at walters1975.com.
Introducing the Droid Bionic by Motorola. So powerful it can access your home computer remotely and pull out your music, movies, images, and documents at the mind-melting speed of Verizon 4G LTE. The Droid Bionic. It's not only the master of droids, it's the master of machines. Control it, and you control everything.
Get the new Droid Bionic by Motorola and never sync with a cord again. Visit any Verizon store, droiddoes.com, or call 1-800-256-4646. Coverage details at verizonwireless.com/4G LTE.
Community Business Equipment of Bremen and Napanee is a local business providing jobs and supporting nonprofit organization in our area. They live, shop, work, and play locally, supporting local business along beside you for the benefit of our community. Community Business Equipment will offer you everyday low prices on office supplies, furniture, equipment, janitorial, and break room supplies, along with specialty items such as rubber stamps, signs, custom forms, and much more. Their factory-trained service department offers service on all kinds of office equipment, from a small desktop calculator to your 80-page per minute copy machine and everything in between. Stop in Bremen or Napanee and visit their website at www.communitybusinessequipment.com.
Well, welcome back to Bungie Field, where at Bremen High School, where the Bremen Lions enjoying that 21-point halftime lead over Cass, and it's been all, in a lot of ways, all Bremen. Cass tried to really make something of it, had one really nice drive, and just came up short, and and then there at the end, we kind of wondered a little bit about the clock management, but they decided to go to the locker room down 21.
Well, I tell you, Lewis Cass has had some difficulty. Most of their yardage did come, like you mentioned, Paul, in that one series. They only have, 3 first downs so far in the first half. And, they've attempted 3 passes, completed 1 for 7 yards, 66 yards rushing. So just a total of 73 yards. And that's good defense by Bremen.
Sure.
And they haven't had any turnover. Bremen, on the other hand, got exactly 200 total yards.
Wow. That's
124 passing on 7 of 10 completions by Leeper, and the 1 interception, the only turnover in there, but 76 yards rushing, and many of those came from Braxton Miller. So, yeah, I agree. Basically, Bremen's been in great control so far of this ball game, at least, the first half.
Well, even at the end of the first half, we didn't see Cass open it up, and you'd think in the second half they're going to have to a little bit. And Bremen gets the football coming out of the locker room to boot. So, we'll see whether Bremen kind of just, I think at this point, sticks with their formula and just kind of continues to try and eat away at this. And with a 21-point lead, you can afford to, you don't have to score on every possession.
Well, you're right. I think you probably may see a little more ball control, by Bremen. Just control that clock, and they're able to move the ball. Like I say, Braxton Miller has about 57 yards so far in the first half, and they can pound it in there. And they've got some other guys that have, really done a pretty good job in there. Eric Nipper scored a touchdown, the third touchdown.
Yep, and Heaney is just, he's a weapon. I mean,
he is.
He's just to get that open field and getting the football, and just a couple times they just overshot him. Otherwise, he'd have had a lot more yards offensively in that first half.
Well, I know when you complete 7 out of 10, the other 2, the receivers were open. I think that just says a lot for Haney and what he can do on the football field, getting open.
Yep. Well, just going to do a real quick run through the scoreboard as I have it. We got a halftime score. Jimtown leads Garrett 27-0. Probably not a big surprise there. Still no score yet from the Maryville and Crown Point game, but they've just got underway just a little bit ago. Penn leading Carroll 17-0. That's a halftime score. Snyder and Kokomo glad for halftime to take a break. 31-28 at halftime. So almost 50 points almost 60 points in the first half. Hamilton Southeastern and Fishers tied at 7. No score at Hammond, Morton, and Griffith. Those are from the western part of the state. Halftime, Washington leading 30-7 over Mishawaka. That was a surprise. And the other big surprise, Northwood 23, Concord nothing at the half.
Boy, we really haven't had a lot of close games with our locals that we're following real carefully.
Yep, and they've moved to the third quarter now, and St. Joe's still leading Marion 21-0. That's the other local ball game.
Yeah,
so
right.
So a lot of blowouts tonight.
Yeah, there really are. It's kind of amazing in a championship games. You'd hope the best 2 teams could get down there, and the games are pretty one-sided right now in our area.
It'll be interesting to read the newspaper, because I'm wondering if some of these games, you got a team that maybe jumped ahead, and then there was a turnover that led to another quick score, and then, boy, that just kind of snowballs against the team sometimes. So,
well, you're right. I think the scores seem to get one-sided real fast, and you know what, Northwood, they were getting points there real quick there for just a short period.
Yeah, I'm wondering, whether there was any turnovers involved in that.
Yes.
But we'll just have to wait and see on that, I guess. We're I'm trying to bring up the brackets one more time so I can find out once again. I don't have a score in that North Newton Wheeler game. The winner of our ball game tonight is going to play either Wheeler or North Newton, and we talked about Wheeler being 11-0 going into tonight's action, and the potential for 2 undefeated football teams next Friday night.
Well, I think that's with the time delay, but Wheeler, it has potential really to be great. Maybe we'll get assigned that game.
We'll see. We're glad to now have Bremen on board here at Broadcast Sport, and one of the things I did want to mention, Daryl did ask me to mention for anyone out there looking for anybody, some more folks from the Bremen community. If you're interested in being a sponsor of some high school sports here in the Bremen community, log on to broadcastsport.net, which for most of you, if you're listening, you've already done. There's a spot on the front page there to contact and get a hold of Daryl Yaw, and he'd be glad to help you set up and get some advertising set up for our broadcasts and get word out about your fine business. And these businesses that support high school sports are really vital to the community.
That's great when people from the community, businesses and individuals get behind their high school team and support them the way they do. And it's great when you see that. And I think they can do nothing more than promote their own team, their own favorite team. Hey,
absolutely, get behind your hometown school and give them support. So, 6.5 minutes to go in halftime. We're going to take a short time out on Broadcast Sport. We'll come back and set up second half action. We'll talk a little bit about what maybe Cass needs to do to try and claw their way back into this ball game, and what Bremen needs to do to keep the momentum rolling for them.
Mapletronics Computers is the place to find great computers, great service, and really great people. Stop by their showroom located at 2116 West Wilden Avenue in Goshen and see what's new in home and office computing. Their friendly service team is there to help with all of your computer repairs, whether you need a tune-up or a complete format and reinstall. New computers, high-speed DSL, Verizon Air cards, they've got it all. Mapletronics is your hometown store for computers and more. Give them a call at 534-2830 or visit their website at www.mapletronics.com. Aren't you getting tired of waiting on the internet? www should not stand for worldwide wait. 4way.net offers wireless broadband internet service with nearly 50 towers throughout St. Joseph, Southern Elkhart, Marshall, Kosciuszko, and Fulton counties. Now you too can surf the web like your friends for as little as $49 per month. 4way can deliver the internet at speeds of up to 3 megabytes per second and beyond. Contact 4way.net at 574-277-7720 for an up-to-date status for your area. If you are in an area that you feel may benefit from their service, let them know. Visit their website at www.4way.net. Walters Auto Sales in Elkhart is a family-owned and operated dealership that has been in business since 1975. We have provided thousands of customers quality pre-owned vehicles at wholesale prices. We have all makes and models from compact cars to 12 to 15 passenger vans. Come see why customers as far as Hawaii and Alaska have bought their car from Walters Auto Sales. And make sure to check out Walters' website at walters1975.com for all of their specials and instant online car rentals. Or call them at 970-1360 or 293-1707. To educate the mind without purifying the heart is but to place a sharp sword in the hand of a madman, wrote R.L. Dabney in 1870. At Dreams Work, we not only strive to help young men and women reach their full potential educationally, but morally as well. Our mentor-led character focus, combined with numerous educational and enrichment activities, strives to produce a morally responsible individual who fully uses their gifts, talents, and abilities to make the world a better place. Find out how you can help develop your future leaders by visiting dreamswork.org or calling 296-0825. Service One Professional Group of Elkhart provides complete electrical and mechanical services to industrial, commercial, and institutional clients throughout northern Indiana and southwest Michigan. Since 2005, their team has excelled at maintaining to perform their services with integrity and professionalism. This commitment has made them able to build and maintain solid relationships with their customers. With project scopes ranging from construction to technological advances, Service One Professional Group can complete the job from the design stage to the startup. To learn more about Service One Professional Group, call them at 574-522-5651 or visit their website at serviceonegroup.com. Walters Auto Sales in Elkhart is a family-owned and operated dealership that has been in business since 1975. Over the last 34 years, we have provided thousands of customers quality pre-owned vehicles at wholesale prices. All of our cars are new car dealer trade-ins, lease cars, or local trade-ins. Only the best for our customers, and a free Carfax report is available on any car by request. Call Walters Sales Office at 970-1360 or the Service Department at 293-1707 or visit their website at walters1975.com.
Introducing the Droid Bionic by Motorola. So powerful it can access your home computer remotely and pull out your music, movies, images, and documents at the mind-melting speed of Verizon 4G LTE. The Droid Bionic. It's not only the master of droids, it's the master of machines. Control it, and you control everything.
Get the new Droid Bionic by Motorola and never sync with a cord again. Visit any Verizon store, droiddoes.com, or call 1-800-256-4646. Coverage details at verizonwireless.com/4G LTE.
Community Business Equipment of Bremen and Napanee is a local business providing jobs and supporting nonprofit organization in our area. They live, shop, work, and play locally, supporting local business along beside you for the benefit of our community. Community Business Equipment will offer you everyday low prices on office supplies, furniture, equipment, janitorial, and bracing supplies, along with specialty items such as rubber stamps, signs, custom forms, and much more. Their factory-trained service department offers service on all kinds of office equipment, from a small desktop calculator to your 80-page per minute copy machine and everything in between. Stop in Bremen or Napanee and visit their website at www.communitybusinessequipment.com.
All right, back at Bremen High School, Bungie Field is halftime starting to wind down. Neither team back on the field yet. Let's see, they're just like Cass just coming out of the building, and
they'll probably get a little
Bremen
time
as well.
to loosen up, too.
Yep, they'll give them a little extra time there.
Chilly evening. Not bad, though. It's really not too bad.
No, it's really more the dampness, I think, is kind of that
I think you're right.
in the air. And,
no wind.
And we got to remember, we're just sitting, too. These young guys are moving around, so they can stay a little warmer. But it really was a nice November evening here. I've seen a lot worse.
Haven't we, though? I'll tell you, 2 years.
So Bremen now back onto the field, and Cass won't be far behind. And coming out in the second half, you're thinking as a coach right now, if you're in the Cass locker room, what'd you tell your young men?
Well, they had to lift some positives to take back that last series of downs, or second to the last series of downs. They were able to move the ball, not get any points off of it, but I think they got to build on that. I think, Drew Shepard ran the ball pretty well. He's, got 37 yards, so you got to use Drew. And I agree with you, Paul, and one thing, I think they need to open it up just a little bit more, get that passing game good. They've only attempted 3 passes, completed 1 for 7 yards. And I think that kind of helps the running game a little bit if you're able to, open up, that with some passes. Yeah,
I think you've got to do something. You can't continue to do the same thing and expect to work a whole lot better, I wouldn't think. Now, if you travel down the hallway to the Bremen locker room, what do you tell those young men who are enjoying that 21-point lead?
Well, I'll tell you, I think they executed very well, and I think they want Coach Holmes would really like to see that continue and keep that going a little bit. They've been able to, to use a number of people have really done a great job for them. Braxton Miller has 55 yards, and Haney has 73 yards. So a good balance. I think they want to maintain that balance, that pass-run ratio that they have been using so far in the first half.
Yeah, I would agree. That balance is, it's been their forte, and it's worked so well from that. Something you want to continue on. I think the one thing you're going to guard against is you don't want to say, oh, look, it was 21-0, no big deal. We'll just go out there second half, let the clock run, and we'll go get out of here. Cass proved they can move the football, and you let them score quickly a couple times, and this game can change, and you don't want that composure to change. And if you're Bremen, you're getting the football here, you'd love nothing more than to have a nice commanding drive, go down and get some more points.
Oh, I think a score here could really, I don't know if I want to use the word ice the game, but it could put them in great shape.
It wouldn't nail the coffin shut, but it might put the lid on it at the very least.
Good analogy.
I think that may be the case, and Cass knows on the other side, if they can get a stop, they can find their way back into the ball game, and so that's what
they can score, kickoff, get a turnover, something happened there.
Well, we're watching these other games from around the area, and man, it's clear that some points can be put up in a pretty quick fashion, and so we got 24 minutes of football to play, and you're playing for a high school sectional championship, and some of these young men that we talked, we're in postseason, their final football games, and so you're going to leave it all out there and see what may happen.
Well, Cass doesn't want this season to end.
Absolutely not.
Seniors especially, they don't want it to end, and this is they've got to do it in the next 24 minutes.
Well, teams are huddled up, and everybody's kind of warmed up. There's a minute to go still on the clock. Looking at we do have a new score in there. Maryville takes a second quarter lead over Crown Point, 7-0. That was one of the ball games we kind of expected to really be a good ball game. Those are two excellent football teams there. So we're going to see who wins that ball game. Hamilton Southeastern and Fishers. There's another high-ranked power game. That game's still tied at 7. So we're keeping an eye. Yep. So some of those scores from the western part of the state still starting to trickle in. So we'll keep you updated on some of that stuff as well. Still showing halftime with Northwood and Concord. That's still 23-0. St. Joe's still up 21-0. Marion hasn't been able to crack the scoreboard yet. Western and Belmont tied at 7. West Lafayette 14. Hamilton Heights 7. That's a second quarter score. So as we get ready for second half action here from Bremen, Indiana, that's where it stands. And it's interesting, each week half of the football teams that we're playing are gone. So
that's it. It just keeps getting down to one, doesn't it, in the class?
We're gonna. Well,
yeah, looks like we're ready to go and get started for the last 24 minutes of this great high school.
Well, there'll be
Sectional Championship
after
game.
Tonight. There'll be just 8 teams left in each class. So, do the math. That's 4. There'll be only 40 football teams still playing in the state of Indiana after.
It wouldn't be bad to be if your favorite team is one of the 40 still standing.
So, for the first time tonight, Castle kick off. And
Marcus Hedrick, who we've called his name a lot,
on the punts in the first quarter. And they'll kick away, and the Bremen Lions, it looks like Huppert and Nipper back to return. Nope, I'm sorry, that wasn't Huppert. That was number 34, not 44. So Zelmer with the football. Nice return, and the Lions are going to take over at the 29-yard line for the first drive of the second half.
Yeah, I guess we hadn't seen the kickoff return teams yet. And
I saw the 4, and I thought it was 44, and it was 34. So good to see.
Well, Bremen has their opportunity here now. Move that ball. I'm sure Coach Holmes really would like to drive down and put points on the board.
Keeping that same formation, 2 wideouts to the left, but they got 2 running backs in the backfield. And it's going to be a pitch sweep here, and no surprise, number 15 with the football, grinding ahead, 7 yards on first down.
Yeah, he's moving that ball. That's a good way to start, because Miller really kind of came out. First couple possessions, he kind of struggled, or Lewis Cass kind of had his number, and then from then on, he's been gaining that 4 or 5 yards a hack there, and gaining, like you say, about 6 or 7 on that play.
So second down, and we'll call it 4, and man in motion. Leave a pitch sweep, and out slips up a little bit, and then taken down.
Yeah, that was Eric Nipper. And
Kane there Kane there made him Nipper kind of slipped just a little bit, and then Kane took him out. So third and a long 3, almost 4 yards.
It could be starting to get a little slippery out there in the field, a little condensation.
Sure, it's that time of night.
Yeah, that's right.
It's that time of night.
The water vapor is changing to a little bit of a liquid. That's my old science background. I taught that science for 40 years.
There you go. Okay. We'll get that science lesson in here, and third down, and they got a flag, and but Huppert with the football, and he's got first down yardage pending the call, but seeing that they let the play go, it's got a pretty good opportunity. That may have been on the defense. We'll wait for the official call, though. Oh, an illegal shift called on the Lions, so that's going to negate that nice third down conversion, and leave them in third and long.
I'll tell you, Hupper's a good receiver out there. Big, he's a big target for him, and I think they go to him a lot also. They got him at 6'4", 228. That's big time size.
Yeah, absolutely. And third down and 8. Coming up for the Lions, so now they're going to have to convert again if they want to keep the football.
Well, might see a pass play here again. You know, you got Huppert, Haney, pretty good receivers for the Lions.
So, looking like they're setting up a screen, and a little hit, and
well read there.
Well read, and almost a little early. Coach here, Coach thinks it was a little early, but a big hit, and Kane there with the big hit and a stop, and I think Kane may need to be a little careful there with his little bit of extra after that. I kind of almost directed at the Bremen sideline, so
no, wait
don't
a minute.
need any of that.
You're right. You don't, and you are down 21 to nothing. You better take care of some other things first.
So Lions back to punt. Good snap, and kick is high and short. Fair catch called, and
good field position.
Yep, they'll start right at midfield. Nice reception by Michael Neal on the punt reception. So they'll take over 1st and 10. So good job for Lewis Cass to get that stop on defense to start the second half.
Well, they did what I'm sure, the coaches want to coach Mannering, Scott Mannering, 26 years, head coach of the Lewis Cass Kings, So he's got field position this time, at least to start the second half.
So, no change there. Looks like Shepard with the football one more time.
I'll tell you, he's carried that ball frequently.
He'll get a little bit of yardage, 1, almost 2. Okay. We're going to call it a long 8 yards on second down.
Yeah, it is. Sometimes he gets caught right in between a couple down markers. So he's up to, getting some good yardage. That seems to be their go-to guy now when things are going best for Lewis Cass. Reverse.
So reverse back up to the middle, and nice carry. And I think that was Williams. Was that Williams with the football? First time tonight?
First time we called his name, but I tell you, Bobby Cornett was waiting. That was Williams.
Jacob Williams, right. First time tonight, I think, with the football. And that's a nice run, and it's going to be a 3rd and short.
Yeah, about an 8-yard gain, 7-yard gain.
Hamilton
there by
Southeastern stretching out on Fishers a little bit now, 21-10. So getting a little bit of a lead there. And lunging on the second effort, looked like I think it may have been Williams again. No, that was Collins.
Collins, okay.
Yep. Collins with the football, but that little second thrust got him across the line, the sticks, and so it's going to be 1st and 10 for the Kings.
Well, Lewis Cass starting off with a first down here in their first series of the second half. So
Wheeler sharing the same score with us here now. Wheeler leading their game 21-0.
Sure starting to look like a matchup, isn't it, between Wheeler and Bremen next week.
We hand off around the end and a big hit and a nice form tackle.
Austin Foreman was the ball carrier.
Yeah. But a nice tackler there by I think Cornett came in there with a big
came in. Tyler Johnson came in also on it. So.
From that safety position, just comes up with the big hit. And
it's a nice hit. That's what football is all about. Yep. Nice contact.
Good solid form tackle and just a short gain. 2nd and 8 coming up for the Kings. Man in motion, hand off to that man in motion, and Bremen reads it, and nice play.
Yeah, they were going nowhere on that. Yeah, I tell you, big number 51 for Bremen came in, made that tackle. Andrew Borkholder.
Yeah, Borkholder with a big hit. Young there on that handoff and just not able to make that corner.
Well, 3rd and long now. Big defensive situation here for Bremen. You want that stop. Well, we'll see what Lewis Cass has in their
Cass
game.
Really needs to convert.
Yeah, they really do. They need to get where it's a gettable first down at least on the 4th down, because they might not be punting back here. Well, up the middle.
And so that'll bring up. So 4th and we'll call it 4th and 5, and it looks like they're going to go for it. think there's any doubt
see.
there.
Yeah,
From the
I
32,
agree.
the punt's not going to gain you much.
Nope, it goes into the end zone, it's back out to the 20.
Yep,
So
and chasing 21 points, you got to you got to try and convert here.
That old play clock is counting down now. They got to play in with 10 seconds.
They're going to have to hurry. They're going to have to burn a timeout. They were going to run to the line.
They stop. They take a timeout.
They just waited a little too long to make their decision there on what they were going to do. They just, that's one of the ones I think you got to pin a little on the coaches that they didn't give the young men an opportunity to run that play.
You got to have that play ready to go and get the players out of the team out into a position. That would cost them a little bit, cost them a timeout. And for Lewis Cass to get back in the ballgame, have a chance of winning, everything has to go right, and that certainly didn't.
That did not go well for them. So they got 5:48 on the clock. 4th down 5 coming up for the Knights when we get out of this timeout. Looking to see if there's any updated scores here, and everything else pretty much the same. Mishawaka got on the board again. The score now 30-13. So trying to creep back into that game up at School Field.
Washington has a real high-powered offense with a Perkins kid who I guess is open for recruiting.
Yeah.
And he was all set at Notre Dame.
Yep, now he's reopened his recruitment as well. I saw that last week. So big 4th down, and the Bremen crowd comes to life, and see if the Lion defense does the same.
Yeah, I'm sure the Lion defense is going to be ready on this one. Action.
Slusher's going to keep the football, and he's not going to make it. Going to be a big hit on the outside, and I think that was Cornett again coming in from that safety position and making the big hit. Turnover on downs. It'll be Bremen Lion football.
Cornett has really played aggressive in this second half, has a couple of big hits, and just done a great job defensively to start this second half.
I think it's exactly what we talked about at the half. Since Cass has just insisted on not throwing the football, that safety has been able to crash on every play. And, I mean, technically the middle of that field is wide open, but until they decide to air it out a little bit, he's going to be able to drive in there and to make those big plays. First down, handoff to Braxton Miller, and he'll be taken down after a short gain, 3 yards on first down.
Yeah, not a bad start. And then Miller's up to 65 yards, so he's
chipping away at it.
Chipping away, that magic number of 100.
Yeah, he's working on it.
So, 2nd and 7. Again, we'll see what Bremen does. Bremen, didn't seemed a little bit of a hurry the last time out. I know you want to keep hustling and moving, but you do want to play that clock a little
clock's
bit
your
also.
friend now. 5 minutes to play, handoff, and big hit in the hole. And I think that was Kane again, Blake Kane. Well, he's made some big hits.
He has. We've called that name Kane whenever we see a big hit by Lewis Cass. It's usually Kane. Gained a couple yards in there, maybe 2 possibly.
Yep, so it's going to be about 5 yards to go here on 3rd down for Bremen.
Well, we'll see what calls coming in from Coach Holmes. Nate Leeper bringing it in. Got a couple receivers. Haney, Huppert out to the right side. Both your top receivers on the same side of the field.
There'll be a quick screen there. Haney with it's going to be awful close on that mark, and I think they're actually going to mark him a little short.
I would bet he will be a little bit
just
short.
Because of the way the officials are standing, and it will be 4th down and 1, and decision time. Do you want to play field position now, or do you want to try and grind it out?
Well, I'm sure in this situation, don't you think they're going to try to get that ball down the field, get it inside the 30, hopefully, with a good punt.
Well, the offense is on the field here, so as soon as we talk about playing field position, Bremen wants to keep the football here.
I'll tell you, a lot of if we can't get 1 yard, you
got to watch the hard count here, though. If you're on defense, you got to watch that hard count. We'll see, but they were going to run the play, hand off, and he looks like he's got it.
Yes, gutsy. Yeah, semi-gutsy call.
It really was, but
they got it.
But now keep that football. You're ensured you're going to be able to grind another couple minutes off the clock.
You're absolutely right.
And
now they got it. That's one of those plays. Hey, when they get it, great call, Coach. They don't get it. What are you thinking?
Yeah, that's why they that's why they get
that's why those coaches get that big buck.
Oh yeah,
big paycheck every other Friday.
That's right. Those guys get the big bucks.
We know better than that. Just joking there a little bit.
1st and 10. Play action. Leaper time to throw and going to overshoot his intended. Trying to get Heaney again there and just can't connect.
Well, again, Haney seems to be the man. They're going. That's the 7th pass so far that Leapers tried to get to Haney.
So they've gone to the 4th quarter, and Jimtown in command, 27-0 over Garrett. So it's like Jimtown will have another sectional title. I'm not sure if they got room in the trophy case for it over there.
Bill Sharp, the athletic director, is going to spring for a few bucks and enlarge it.
Put another case in, yeah.
Put another case in. Come on, Bill, enlarge that trophy case a little bit. So this game's got to be about finishing up
some of them are starting to wind down, so we'll give you those. Play action one more time, and Leaper got time, but nobody to throw to, and he's going to get sacked.
Well, that was good defense by the backfield.
I think unfortunately, they're going to get a face mask. I think there's going to be a face mask.
He went down funny. I bet this is
it's going to be a personal foul, face mask. So
after a great defensive stop there.
So once again, that's 15 yards and an automatic first down.
That's a tough one. The Lewis guys trying to get back in, and you have a mistake like that gives Bremen new life.
So Bremen will keep the football. First down, which means they'll be able to milk at least a couple more minutes off that clock again. And
we keep saying that couple minutes, and that's going to start getting down the end of the 3rd quarter at least.
Snyder leading Kokomo 38-28. That's still in the 3rd quarter. By our clock. Hammond Morton leading Griffith, a little bit of a surprise, 14-6. And I think a couple guys there got a little bit of an early start on that play.
There's a little over-aggressiveness there by the offensive line of Bremen. So they'll back it up 5 yards.
I think some folks may find this one a little surprise too, but Leo, who's having a really good year this year, is ahead of Dwenger, 21-14 in the second half. So
wow, that's surprising.
That would be surprising. But I think Leo was 9-1. Yeah. So they're having a solid year, but Dwenger, kind of that ongoing power. And
they are.
But so we'll see how that one turns out as well.
Yeah, Leo's really a growing school, growing community up there playing at a little higher level than they used to.
Yeah, they're 4A, I think,
4A,
now. So.
Right.
So a man comes in motion for Bremen. Hand off to Braxton Miller, who was in motion. Got the block on the edge, but the defender fights off that block and takes him down. I think that was Downhour again. He's had a really nice night out there on that edge, making some tackles and had that interception in the first half.
That's another name that we've called a lot of, and that's eight more yards for Braxton Miller. And so it's now, 2nd and 9.
So we're under 2 minutes to play 3rd quarter. And Bremen enjoying that 21-point lead, and Cass needs to get that football back to have an opportunity.
Right. Yeah, Bremen is really playing keep away here and getting the key play when they need it, the key yardage.
Leaper, lots of time again. My goodness,
what a great job
could have ordered a pizza.
Line.
And he scrambles, and he's still on his feet, and now he's got room to run. He's going to put the outside and still going.
Finally.
And finally taken down, and a late flag, though. And we'll see what this play is, and I have a feeling this one's coming back, as there was a Cass player on the ground, and I think they're going to call, and then another late flag on top of that. So I think what we're going to have is
monstrous penalty here.
Yeah, this could be 25 yards total penalties here, because I think we're going to have an unsportsmanlike conduct on one of the Bremen players. He got in the face of one of the officials, and that just not keeping his composure there.
You don't do that. You
can't have that. So I think they're going to mark, because the one would be in the play and then the other one would be post play. So both fouls would count. Well, and this is going to be a big march.
It was one of the Bremen captains. I'm not going to give a name, but it's just something you don't do. So now they brought out back.
So now unsportsmanlike there, and so 25 yards and penalties.
25-yard penalty.
And after. The unfortunate part of that was it broke up what was just a fascinating play.
That wasn't that a fun? That's the most exciting play we've had.
I tell you, I was kind of joking, but I said Leaper could have ordered the pizza. He was back there so long. He had forever, and then the scramble that he did was, and so
sometimes when you have the scramble, players get a little bit out of position on their blocking assignments, and you're scrambling down the field, and the offensive linemen they hit.
After we sort all that out, what we got is 2nd down and 26 for the Bremen Lions.
Okay. After all that,
that's what we're left with. 1:20 to play, third quarter, and Miller in motion and going to hand off, and nope, fake, and the Leaper's looking to throw. He's going to come back across the field, a deep ball, and what a catch!
I think that was defensive pass interference.
Yeah, I think
he never looked towards the ball.
Yeah, no,
his face starting.
But Nipper then did a beautiful job, catches the ball, and then gets almost 10 more yards. I'm sure they'll decline that penalty. And and once again, for the second time tonight, Cass has Bremen in second or third and plus 20. And Bremen escapes and keeps the football.
Those have been a couple of key plays so far.
So there's the official call, pass interference.
That's going to move the old face guard.
And that's going to move the chains. And those are the ones that just really break the back.
Yes, you do. You're in pretty good shape defensively. Then
second and 26, you got to feel pretty good about what you got. And they gave off about a 35-yard play.
Okay, well, that's a 37-yard on top of that.
So that's going to make them 1st and 10 from the 23-yard line.
Yeah, that's almost that is 165 yards passing so far for Leaper, and numerous receivers for Bremen.
Well, Concord gets on the board in the third quarter, but that score is still 23-7.
Daryl Yaw is happy.
Well, he's probably. I know Daryl. He's not going to celebrate yet. He's anxious. He's anxious. And Miller with the football, and down he goes. Then maybe one more play here in the third quarter, as they'll put the ball down. No gain. 2nd and 10.
Well, they're going to have to.
Yeah, got to go one more play here, and so I think this puts Bremen almost in field goal range. I would think, if nothing else. So
it'd be 40-yarder from this particular spot.
So Leaper's going to throw again and looking for Heaney, and he throws a little short, and it's going to be intercepted.
All right, looks like that was Tyler Engel on the interception.
Nice job bringing that ball in. That ball just a little underthrown.
That's the second interception that Leaper has thrown tonight.
Trying to hit Heaney in the corner there, and I think if he'd have put a little more air on it and got it into the end zone, he had 6 points there. But he left it a little flat and short, and nice job picking that ball off. And Cass will take over with 6 seconds to go in the third quarter, but they're going to be inside their own 5-yard line, actually, on the 2.
Yeah, that's back there deep. Right up the middle of the line, maybe not much of a gain.
So Shepard gets stopped, and we'll take the long walk to the other end of the field. We'll take a break and be back with the fourth quarter action on BroadcastSport.net.
Mapletronics Computers is the place to find great computers, great service, and really great people. Stop by their showroom located at 2116 West Wilden Avenue in Goshen and see what's new in home and office computing. Their friendly service team is there to help with all of your computer repairs, whether you need a tune-up or a complete format and reinstall. New computers, high-speed DSL, Verizon Air cards, they've got it all. Mapletronics is your hometown store for computers and more. Give them a call at 534-2830 or visit their website at www.mapletronics.com.
All right, back here at Bungie Field, and Bremen's got to feel pretty good about that, going to the fourth quarter with a 21-point lead. And
well, you're right. I think that they do, and it's going to take something special now by Lewis Cass to get themselves back in this ball game.
I would agree. So, but we'll see what unfolds here in the fourth quarter. We just, Bremen. I think one of the things you're trying to talk about potentially moving forward here. One of the good things from a coaching standpoint, you'd say there isn't they're not coming out here with nothing to work on. There's some things that they can work on and improve looking to next week. So coaches always like that.
Yeah, you do. You don't.
Something you can work on. You don't want to say it was there's no perfect ball game. So.
And even coaches sometimes, even when they do play pretty darn good, they'll find something.
They'll make there you go.
You know.
Well, so actually, what we find out was that there was actually a loss on
of a yard.
So
they're back on the 1 yard line.
Second and 11 from their own 1 yard line. And Bremen stacked up and facing that run, and they're going to run it again. And
boy, it's he
tough
may have
there.
gotten out.
It looks like
there's no signal by the official.
He did get out of the
end zone, right?
But
maybe lost. He lost a little bit.
Honestly, what I'm most amazed at here is Cass's persistence on not throwing the football.
They're not going to throw it, are they? They're just not. They've thrown it 3 times so far, tonight, 4, I think, and, they're just not going to. They actually gained a little bit on that. A little bit.
Not much.
No,
so 3rd and 10, and Slesser going to try and throw this time, but too high, and nice attempt, but not able to bring it in.
No, he went up. Big number 81 went up there pretty well after it.
Daggett.
Andrew Daggett, you're right.
Daggett, first time I think we've called his name tonight, but made a nice effort to try and go after it. But boy, with the ball on between the 1 and the 2, it's going to be short distance on the punt here, and Bremen may try and bring the house.
That's it. You turn the dogs loose. I'll tell you on this, and go. He's standing right on the end line.
Snap away. He's got it away. He's going to let it roll, but he'll field it on one bounce, and he'll try and return, but nowhere to go.
But good field position, ball on approximately the 37-yard line. So Bremen has good opportunity.
Drew Shepard and a couple others in on the tackle there, and nice field position for the Lions moving.
Yeah, really. Lewis Cass has kind of put the stops on them. They haven't scored since 10:34 in the second period.
There you go. Yeah.
Bremen got 3 quick scores, and now Lewis Cass has kind of toughened up the defense a little bit. They haven't scored that period.
Unfortunately, you can't go to play even when you're down 21. That's
right.
That doesn't.
You're right.
Just like basketball, once you're down 15 points, you can't trade baskets anymore. You got to make up some ground somewhere.
And that's exactly what Lewis Cass is doing now. They're trading baskets.
Hand off inside and nowhere to go.
I think that's Miller again.
Yeah, and I think after another interception, I'd be surprised if the Lions air it out very much more here. I think they're going to try and play the clock, but you got to try and get a first down as well. So they're going to give them about a half yard maybe on that.
I agree with you. I would be surprised if Bremen, puts that ball in the air too many more times here in the last 10-plus minutes.
They moved to the 4th quarter in South Bend, and St. Joe leading still 21-0 over Marion. Marion just hasn't been able to get on the board tonight.
Yeah, that's a good defense. St. Joe's one of those teams that gets hot, and they've moved through the tournament.
Swing pass, nice. Lead done out here. A nice run there by Nipper. And he's going to be close to a first down. I think he may have it.
I think he may have made it. You're right. So
right in front of us here. And the referee says, move the chains. First down, Bremen Lions. So Penn now 31-8 in 4th quarter over Carroll. Snyder 45-28 over Kokomo.
They're kind of pulling away.
That track meet continues there.
We're getting those basketball scores. I know it's cool out, but we're getting basketball scores.
Washington now leading 37-19 over Mishawaka. Mishawaka come back a little bit, but they got a long way to go.
Way to come is right.
Play action, and Lieber lots of time to throw over the middle, and tipped away.
Yeah, I'll tell you, big number 15 there, Drew Shepard, did a great job at the last second.
Zimmer there once again open, and once again passed just a little short. The ball needed a little more air and a little more distance, and I think that the play was available.
It was
available, just a little short, and that's just not quite able to connect with it. It was a nice defensive play by Shepard to deflect the ball away.
Even though I'm surprised, I guess they're throwing a little bit, but I kind of like that first down.
Absolutely,
go for it a little bit.
Yeah,
right?
go for that kill. Get the big strike. Now the handoff inside, big collision, but he's going to fall forward for a few yards. So Nepper there with he'll gain 3. Yeah.
Man, not bad.
The collision was right at the line of scrimmage, but
That's good power running by Nepper, really is. I thought there'd be no gain on that. He just continued to accelerate and get some yardage, 3 yards on that. But 3rd and long.
So big 3rd down coming up again. Probably 4 down territory here, though, for if you're Bremen. But you'd like to at least get a few here and make it more manageable. Going to roll out, and Leaper's going to look to throw, and he's going to get wrapped up and sacked.
He's in trouble. Yeah. Well, that backs him up out of any opportunity for a field goal. They just, I guess, basically go for it. You know, he's had good protection all night. Now that time it broke down just
good coverage, and once he rolled there, not able to, not wanting to make a poor decision with that football, but I think maybe you throw that one away.
Yeah, that's it.
He ends up losing 5 or 6 yards on the play, so it brings 4th and almost 13. They've got to get down to the 17-yard line.
Yeah, we'll see what play Coach Holmes has sent in from the sidelines. Let's see. Huppert out here.
Yeah, I'm surprised they haven't really targeted Huppert a little more.
Me too. I think he's
a big
great target.
He's a big target. And there, this time going up high, and there, Heaney with the reception there into the zone. And
there's that long, 3rd or 4th down in this case. And
that's really disheartening when you're on the other side of that. You think you got them backed up and pinned a little bit, but a nice job by Bremen converting on another.
Gained 17 yards on
3rd and long. Well, that was 4th down, actually, that time.
It was 4th down for that 1st down. So, they come on. I tell you, about the time it looks like they've been stopped. Yeah. They come up with the key 1st down or a penalty on Lewis Cass. They're able to take advantage of it.
They got 8:09 left on the clock. Pitch sweep. Miller dances and just no place to go. And
may have gotten a little, not much.
I think he made the first move, and I think it was the second time he stopped that they kind of jammed him up there. I think instead of just trying, I think his game's a little better to try and just extend that to the corner.
You're right. When you start to dance a little bit in there,
wow, it looks like. Now, Cherubusco's undefeated season is going to go by the wayside. His 4th quarter, Lures is up 34-0.
Cherubusco had a good season. But, hey, playing the Lures Knights. That's
a tough task.
Yes, it is.
Shotgun formation. Lever there to Huppert. And Huppert is going to inside the 10, and they'll stop the play. And home fans there.
Won a flag, didn't they?
Yeah, it went on a little longer, and but so it'll be 3rd down and 6. Now you've got to get to just inside the 4, I think, is where they've got to get for that 1st down. 6:50, clock running, 4th quarter. Maryville still leads Crown Point 7-0.
Well, I'll tell you, that clock, we're outside of 6 minutes, and, this is going to make it awful tough especially if Bremen scores in this possession.
He delivers the ball, and what a move. And Heaney gave the move to the outside, but turns to the inside. Touchdown, Bremen Lions, and they're back on the board.
Well, that was a heck of a move, wasn't it? It took 6:27 to go.
I'm not sure.
Gets that touchdown pass. And again, 9 yards, I guess, on that 9-yard touchdown.
Yeah, nice. Just a heck of a move. To go
it was.
Outside a fake and then the spin to the inside.
That's as good a play of the night as we've seen.
I think you'd have liked to have seen that in the post with the basketball.
Right. He's been going in for a slam dunk on that one.
So kick up, and this one's through also. And our score, 28 for the Bremen Lions, 0 for the Cass Knights. Or Kings, excuse me.
Yeah, I'll tell you, Slarb's 4 for 4 tonight. They've all looked good.
Yep, drove them right through.
Yeah, that's just a heck of a play.
So nicely done by Bremen to kind of finally they put the first consistent drive of the second half together there and to extend their lead.
Well, as we said earlier, really, they're that's their first score since early in the second quarter. So they're they were able to finally get that going. That is 206 yards right now passing for Bremen. I get my old statistics here. They're 13 of 19, and 2 of those incompletions were actually interceptions. So passes that the other team didn't get. I guess they're 13 of 70. So a good night for Leaper.
Sure, absolutely. Leaper's had a solid night. Especially when you consider a couple of those passes that kind of floated and then he had a couple that were underthrown. Other than he really had a monster night.
Yeah, he's had a great night at quarterback. He's really got that ball
in
our
first official final on the board is St. Joe victorious over Marion tonight. So St. Joe winning a sectional title.
Second year in a row.
With no home field.
That's right, on a clay field.
Around the corner, he's got some room to run. It's one man to beat. He's got to meet Braxton Miller, and
all right.
Braxton's going to take him down, but a big return by Young there, and that was nicely run, but also nicely blocked. It was set up. There was a nice wall, and he took that around there, and just had to beat the kicker, but unfortunately the kicker was a solid solid player there. And
I'll tell you, it's good as high school ball because college and pro kickers, they don't make tackles.
No, they wouldn't have made that move.
They
would have been able to put a move on there. So Cass inside the 40-yard line to start their drive. And the quarterback. Nope.
Oh no,
that was handoff. It was Shepard with the football.
Yeah, good deception there by quarterback Sheldon Stusser. Tyler Johnson on the give an official tackle on that one. So
5:49, and the clock is the friend of the Bremen Lions now, as they happy to let it run. Cass would need some very quick scores. And now they're going to throw it. He's going to get hit in the backfield. A big hit by number 83, and that was Dylan Mullen. I think the first time we've called his name tonight.
Abe Hall also kind of in. It's funny, they had good protection. All of a sudden, it just broke down, and 3 guys were right on the quarterback Slusher.
So with the sack, that'll leave him at 3rd and 10. And they'll go man in motion again. They'll pitch sweep around the end. He's got some yards still on his feet. Down the sideline. Inside the 5.
Man, again, Jacob Collins.
So it'll be 1st and goal for Cass.
That's probably about a 20... Oh, more than that, about 35 yards.
Yeah, that was a nice run.
Nice run. I thought they had him there as he's going around the end, but got tough one. I guess officially a 33-yard run. Good
blocking around the end, and then a nice job breaking one tackle in the open field, and big play.
Well, this is, I think, they were down within 1 or 2.
They've been inside. They've been down here a couple times.
Yes.
And haven't had any points yet. There's the keep around the end. Touchdown for the Kings. So the Kings finally get a crooked number on that scoreboard.
Jacob Williams
with 4:36 to play in the 4th quarter.
Yeah.
So they'll swinging gate here. We'll see if they do swing the gate, but I'm sure they probably will. But we'll. And they'll set up here for the extra point. Ball down, kick blocked. Just that ball didn't get a lot of elevation.
No, it didn't. It did not get much above their people's heads.
It just disappeared into a sea of green there, and So no extra point. 28-6 the score. 4:36 to go, and what I can only assume impending will be an onside kick.
Yeah, I think you're a pretty safe bet. They're going to need the ball, again with 22-point lead. They're still 3 scores behind.
Yeah. I expect to see Bremen put a hands team out and try and defend that.
I think they may get some extra, extra ball handlers in there that can handle that ball, rather than not looking for blockers really on this. Just guys that get their hands on it and can hang on to it.
Yeah, all you want is get the football and get on the ground.
That's
Don't have to do anything fancy here. So. Still, let's see. That's a final now. Penn does defeat Carroll tonight, 31-8. So Penn, another sectional championship. Probably need a new trophy case for them too.
You're right. After
Jimtown, so
a couple years away from it. Matter of fact, they hadn't won the last 2, so now they're back in the winner's circle.
So. And Mishawaka, though, does get back to another sectional title game and not able to. It doesn't look like they're going to make it. Fourth quarter, 37-19 the score there. I think looks like Washington's going to get one.
Yeah, that's I can't tell you the last time Washington has won one. It's been a while.
Well, here we go, and there it is, and they let it roll. It's loose. And
they got it. It was recovered there.
They did recover it. So,
all right. So
nice recovery. Surprised the Bremen guys go ahead and let that ball go 10 yards instead of jumping up on it. It wasn't kicked very hard.
No.
And
McKenzie fell on that ball. So hey, now they're.
So with we have 4:35 on the clock, fourth quarter. I expect to see some handoffs here from the Bremen Lions.
I said that all in the last possession, and it didn't happen. I was totally wrong.
Wow, Lafayette Central Catholic, 56-0 over Caston in the third quarter.
Boy.
Grind and run, still on his feet. Finally taken down is Tyler Johnson. Those hard yards, but almost 9 yards on first down.
Yeah, I tell you, you can grind out those 8-9 yards. The clock runs, and you're getting down there closer to pay dirt. And gain 9 officially on it. So ball's on the 41-yard line of the Lewis Cass Kings.
A beautiful first down, and
timeout looks like
we're going to have some kind of a play stoppage. I'm not sure.
Well, it's not. I think the officials just stopped the clock.
Yeah,
in their equipment, or
I think. Had might have been the last play's running back Johnson there. I think had a problem with his shoe. So
they may have stepped on the heel or something, and the shoe come off the foot.
Well, Darrell can now relax. It's a final. Northwood defeats Concord tonight, 26-13, and Northwood with a sectional championship.
I'm glad for Northwood. Tyler Johnson looks like he's got a first
It's going to be close. I think they're going to stop the clock to take a look. But I think by where the sticks are, I think he got it. Yep.
Okay.
He's got it. So first and 10, Bremen moving the chains.
Well,
and the clock will start when they mark the ball, and 3:37.
They're also letting that play clock go down.
Oh, sure, yeah. Now
fairly low.
Don't need to be in any big hurry.
Keep an eye on it here. They're down to 10 seconds. The Leaper just kind of watching it. They hike with about 5 seconds.
Braxton Miller, and sniffed out by Cass, and tell you what, they ran him out of bounds, but we got a flag on the field, it looks like, to boot. But I think that was interesting, though, to go to the sideline and let yourself get run out of bounds in a play like that.
They're blocking in the back.
So that's going to back it up anyway.
Well, every time they get pushed back with a penalty or something, they come up with a big play. They've done that 3 or 4 times so far tonight.
So they're going to talk about where they're marking it off from, spot of the foul, and
I tell you, don't have the name of the officials, but a pretty good officiating.
Yeah,
I can't sit and complain about
it.
No,
they've done a nice job tonight. They've kept control of the game, and even when it got a couple times got a little chippy, but they did a nice job getting everything back, and cooler heads prevailed, and we've had some good competitive high school football. We're going to be 24 to go, so 1st and 24, but that doesn't seem to bother the Lions tonight.
That's no big deal to the Bremen Lions. So Leaper back in shotgun position with the clock running down, the play clock. So
he's going to go to throw over the middle. He'll hit Huppert. And on his feet, and it takes...
They never did get him down. Well, there he finally fell.
And one of the cast players a little slow to get up as well here. Hopefully everybody's all right.
Well, there's a
it's like he's getting a cramp. He's kind of reaching for that calf. He wants to stay in the game. Can't blame him there.
No, don't blame him at all. This is it.
Chance Urbina there, having that calf cramp, staying in the ball game. But boy, you saw it with the size of Huppert. It took a host to they didn't even really tackle him. They finally got a momentum stop and pushed him back. So
I tell you, Huppert and Haney, I'm very impressed with the H boys as receivers.
Yeah, there you go.
For Bremen.
A handoff just in time, and Johnson with the carry, short yardage, but with 1:42 on the clock, that's just fine. As they'll be happy to huddle up and
they can milk that thing very easily.
Let
down
that clock run, and they're going to mark it in play with 1:25 on the clock. So they'll have to snap it with about a minute to go. So 1 or 2 more snaps, and it's 3rd down. They could convert. That would ice it.
Yes, it would. And it's probably iced.
The game is iced, but they can keep the
ball.
Keep them from getting the ball back. Going to play action here, and Leaper's going to run with it to the sideline, and does a nice job of falling down inbounds.
That was very
good
smart.
Decision.
That was very smart by Leaper. He kept the clock running.
The coaches were adamant here on the sideline. They were telling him to get down.
I think the coaches were ready to tackle him if he went out of bounds.
4th down. They'll have to snap the ball, and they'll mark it in play with just under 40 seconds, so they will have to snap this ball, and could potentially, if they're stopped, cast the ball back. But the crowd coming to their feet, and it's clear now the Bremen Lions are going to take this sectional title.
Yeah, that's great for Bremen. Back in the actually looking good.
A handoff, and like Miller's going to be short there, so the clock will stop with 12.4 seconds. And Lewis Cass will take the football, and they'll get a play or two here, but this is all but decided now. It's
the fat lady is singing right now, Paul.
Yep, I can hear the tune.
I can hear it real well. Okay.
So Bremen Lions will continue their undefeated season. They're now moving to 12-0. And it looks like, trying to get a score update on that Wheeler game, but Wheeler had control of that game. So
potential for a great game next Friday.
Absolutely. So they're going to throw deep finally down the sideline, tipped up and incomplete. We'll have one more play.
That's about it. I think the clock ran a little bit after the incompletion, but it's irrelevant.
It's that hometown clock you get.
Hey, I'm sure the referees don't mind. Probably nobody else minds either.
Yep. Hamilton Southeastern stretched out now 35-10 over Fisher.
Wow,
so they're really
a real close game.
Sticking it to them. So 6 seconds now. Should be the final play. Wide open over the middle and taken down. I think that was Downhour. Nice reception, but the Bremen Lions, as the fireworks go up in the air, will be 2011 sectional champions.
I tell you, they were ready with those fireworks.
There goes some more, I think.
That's great.
Yep.
Those are big time. I guess he is a pyrotechnic. I was going to say pyromaniac, but pyrotechnic guy who works part-time, and that's what
congratulations to
that's great.
To the Bremen Lions and their fans and and the staff of the school. So congratulations. Don't know for positive where we're going to be, but I'm pretty sure we're going to be back with these Bremen Lions. We'll have a crew from Broadcast Sport somewhere, wherever that game is next Friday night, to bring you all that action. What we're going to do here in Broadcast Sport, we're going to take a little break. We'll come back and we'll wrap things up with a final run of the scoreboard, maybe look at a couple of the stats, and look into what we're going to have coming into next week on BroadcastSport.net.
Aren't you getting tired of waiting on the internet? www should not stand for worldwide wait. 4way.net offers wireless broadband internet service with nearly 50 towers throughout St. Joseph, Southern Elkhart, Marshall, Kosciuszko, and Fulton County. Now you too can surf the web like your friends for as little as $49 per month. 4way can deliver the internet at speeds of up to 3 megabytes per second and beyond. Contact 4way.net at 574-277-7720 for an up-to-date status for your area. If you are in an area that you feel may benefit from this service, let them know. Visit their website at www.4way.net.
Yeah.
Walters Auto Sales in Elkhart is a family-owned and operated dealership that has been in business since 1975. We have provided thousands of customers quality pre-owned vehicles at wholesale prices. We have all makes and models, from compact cars to 12 to 15 passenger vans. Come see why customers as far as Hawaii and Alaska have bought their car from Walters Auto Sales. And make sure to check out Walters' website at walters1975.com for all of their specials and instant online car rentals. Or call them at 970-1360 or 293-1707.
Welcome back to Bungie Field, where the Bremen Lions are victorious tonight, 28-6 over Lewis and Cass, the Kings. Well, Bob, I think in the end it really kind of ended up the way we kind of expected. We kind of thought Bremen would win.
I think they were probably predicted going in, maybe the better team.
Yeah. I think so probably not a surprise there. It definitely was an adventure, a lot of excitement early, and then it was just kind of a back and forth game through the middle.
As you said, Paul, they traded touchdowns, and you're not going to get from a 21-point deficit trading touchdowns.
Yeah, Lewis and Cass didn't come in feeling. I don't think they felt they could really throw the ball, and once they got down big, that really played to their disadvantage. And nice job by Bremen as they're
you can see them receiving the trophy
getting
there.
out there. Yep, getting that sectional title trophy. So congratulations to them once again. Glad for them. And like I said, Wheeler looked like they're at hand there. I'm not 100% sure, but I think that game will be at Wheeler next week. I haven't found that out for positive, but pay attention to Broadcast Sport, and we'll have that ready for you there. So you got any end of the game stats that really stand out to you?
Just a few that stand out. We've got to give Leeper a lot of credit. He was 15 of 21 with 2 interceptions, but had 219 yards, and really Haney and Hupper really were his key receivers.
Sure.
Jackson Miller had 77 yards rushing, and they were kind of tough yards, as you say. But I thought they had what really stands out to me, they had a nice combination of running and passing the ball, and it really took the toll on Lewis Cass.
Yeah, I think that's absolutely positively true. What Lewis and Cass just didn't match up well in that passing game, and then that control of the football beyond there. And just what stood out to me looking at tonight, 3 times Bremen had like second or third or fourth and 20-plus yards and able to convert and keep the football. Yep. And then Lewis and Cass had 2 drives, one in the first half, one early in the second half, and got no points out of either one of those.
Those are probably really key factors on Lewis Cass falling short.
Sure, you put those 2 scores on the board, and all of a sudden it's 28-21. Or 28-20 at minimum, and we've got a whole different ball game. But Bremen stood up, kept them out of the end zone, and comes out victorious tonight. Well, I'm waiting on our scoreboard to refresh here a little bit. I got some scores from downstate. Lafayette Central Catholic finally a final defeats Caston tonight, 69-8. So that's a big time score there. Adams Central North Miami. Adams Central wins that game 35-6. Sheridan defeats South Adams 21-14. As the scoreboard refreshes, just want to once again remind folks, Daryl's asked me if anyone from the Bremen area is interested in continuing sponsorship of Bremen high school football and other sports here on Broadcast Sport, get in contact with him. He'd love to talk to you and get set for these next week. That final score, Jimtown defeats Garrett tonight 34-14. That championship
Good for the
now
locals.
still saying a second quarter score. Maryville in front of Crown Point 7-0. As I said earlier, Penn defeats Carroll tonight 31-8. Snyder, that game is final 52-28. They're a winner over Kokomo. Hamilton Southeastern, still a fourth quarter score there. They're ahead up 35-10 over Fishers. Hammond Morton hanging on to that 14-6 lead over Griffith, still hanging on to that. Still showing fourth quarter. I don't know if it's final or not. Washington leading Mishawaka 37-19. As I said before, Northwood defeats Concord tonight 26-13. Leo does beat Dwenger tonight 35-14, so a big win there.
Big win
for Leo. And Marion falls at the hands of St. Joe tonight. So those are most of the scores from around the area. As I said, our score here tonight, 28-6. The Bremen Lions are victorious. So Bremen Lion football brought to you here on BroadcastSport.net. Pay attention for the schedule this week, and we will, I'm sure, be continuing. We've been all season with Jimtown. They're still in. We're going to be continuing there. We've been following some of the South Bend schools, so I'm sure we'll...
St. Joe has been followed the whole season.
So we'll continue on with them, and maybe even have another crew to follow Washington next week, depending on where that is. Just log into broadcastsport.net, and we'll have those set up. And I believe we're going to have a crew following Bremen wherever they land, either back here at Bungie Field or over at Wheeler. And so that will be the exciting ball game we kind of hinted at. That would be two 12-0 teams, so that would be exciting times. So for my friend Bob Berger and for Mason Neal doing a great job on the camera tonight, just want to say thank you to everyone who's joined us here live on the stream, and anyone who's joining us on the archive. It's a pleasure to be able to bring you high school sports on BroadcastSport.net. Just say good night and God bless.